Ground for point is good.
47 on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. Williamsburg Yellow Jackets lead 7-0.
Okay.
Walter set to kick off for Williamsburg.
He played the ball just down on the side. Doesn't have it teed up. It'll be a little water. Case Murphy's back in. Needs a spin. Falls off. It looks like Williamsburg may have recovered. No,
Correction,
Somerset.
Kaiser is the kicker. The onside kick is recovered at the 47-yard line. It'll be first and 10 for the Briar Jumpers.
So welcome back, everyone. We're 6 minutes and 43 seconds into the first quarter. Williamsburg Yellow Jackets lead 7-0, and Briar Jumpers are going to take over their first possession of the half here after an onside kick by Williamsburg, a little spinner that almost got recovered. Kai's going to come out, three receivers to the left, Grundy to the right. He's got Doan in the backfield with him. Takes a snap. He drops back looking to pass. He's still looking. He found him. He's got – oh,
man.
He had Michael Hawkins down the seam and threw it up there, and Hawkins tried to make it over his shoulder to catch and just went off his hands.
That was a beautiful throw right in the hands, but it's kind of a hard catch to make, and give Hawkins a little bit of a what do you call it, a little bit of leniency there, because that ball was thrown right over his hands, right onto his hands, but it was right behind his head. So
tough catch
to make, but when it's right in your hands, you got to make them. He was patting himself on the helmet, and he knew that he had an opportunity. But it's good to see him testing it early.
That's right, and they had him open, got behind the defenders, just couldn't complete it. Brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Briar Jumpers. This time two receivers to the left, one to the right. Down in the backfield, Kai's going to turn around just a read option. He finds Gilmore out here in the flat, wide open. He's across midfield, makes a man miss, picks up a block down to the 30, 25, down to the 23-yard line. Gilmore's going to turn a big play. Ball was on the 47.
Just a beautiful half. What was that little screen option?
Just a little screen, yeah. 28-yard gain on the pass. Brings up 1st and 10 for the Briar Jumpers down at the 23.
Yeah, it was a beautiful little play. Read very well. Had plenty of time to let that play develop. So it's good on the offensive line to be able to hold the defense off.
So two receivers to the right, two to the left this time. Shotgun formation. Doan just off to the right is Sharon. 1st and 10, takes a snap. He's going to roll out to the right, looking downfield, looking. Now he looks back across and finds Gilmore wide open at the 12-yard line. He picks him up. Gilmore breaks the tackle, stays on his feet, down to the 2-yard line, and that's going to put the Briar Jumpers in the Rick Barker and Godby Realty and Auction red zone for the first time tonight.
Yeah, it was a beautiful little pitch and play. I thought that Kai Sharon was stopped defensively right where he stood and was able to find a receiver wide open in the middle of the field for another gain of 21 yards.
So Gilmore and Sharon so far, 2 passes, 2 completions, 50-plus yards of offense here. And they're going to come out with a heavy package this time. Looks like Mikey Garland is dotting the power I. Sharon's under center, turns around, hands it off to Garland. He runs into a wall of Yellow Jackets, and he's going to be brought down for no gain on the play.
It's not often you see Mikey be able to get stopped at the line of scrimmage and not make any progression forward. But I think that might be, if I'm not mistaken, might be his first rush of the entire year.
I think you're exactly right. Last week was dealing with a little nagging injury, healthy, back this year. But I'm telling you, Williamsburg defensive line did a great job that time because Mikey got to the line of scrimmage. There was nothing but white shirts in front of him. Same formation, Kai under center. takes the snap. This is a pitch this time to Garland around the right side. It's a sweep. He's going to get around, and he's going to get into the end zone. So a good answer for the Briar Jumpers. Come right back on 4 plays, and it's going to be with 5 minutes to go on the Randall D. Turpin scoreboard. Yellow Jackets 7 and the Briar Jumpers 6.
That was a good little display of offensive firepower early in this first quarter to come down the field and answer right back. Now the defense has to be able to step up and answer the call.
Christian Whitus is on to attempt the extra point. Brody Williams will be the holder. Can you see who the snapper is, Robert?
I can't tell.
We'll get him here in just a second. Snaps back and down. Short line drive kick, but it is going to get through. So that brings us even with 5 minutes and 1 second to go in the first quarter. Briar Jumpers 7, Yellow Jackets 7.
Getting the counseling help you need has never been easier. Entrust Counseling is providing counseling and case management services using your phone or computer. Give them a call at 606-676-0638 or visit their website at www.entrust-healthcare.com and get services started today from anywhere in Kentucky. Ford Brothers Auctioneers, a proud sponsor of local high schools. Visit them online at FordBrothersInc.com. Ford Brothers Auctioneers, selling the country since 1965. With 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter, score is tied 7-7.
And Mikey Garland took that sweep around the right side, Robert, and Dylan Keith was the lead blocker out there and got away with a hold. The defensive outside linebacker for Williamsburg did a good job trying to get contained, and Dylan grabbed him by the jersey and turned him around. The white hat was standing there looking right at it. He reached for his flag and didn't throw it. And I know that Coach Herron for the Yellow Jackets was having a long conversation with him during the break there. He was wanting that hold call.
We want to remind everybody to stay tuned to tonight's coverage. At the end of the game, we will be announcing the offensive player of the game and the defensive player of the game. The offensive player of the game brought to you by Somerset Community College, and the defensive player of the game brought to you by Modern Systems.
Whitus kicks it off. It's another high pooch kick right to the 30-yard line, and Gavin Thomas is going to field it. He comes back to the left side, picks up some blocking. He's going to be dragged down there on the play by Jacob Smith, who's trying to rip the ball out. He's going to get a return of about 5 yards on the play, where it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets.
Jacob Smith playing very, very well for a sophomore. Has come in and has played what I try to tell my son how to play, that defensive style, never give up, keep your motor turned on until the whistle was blown. And that's what I love about his play. Him and Gerard, his brother, both are just fantastic young men and great young players.
And Sidney Bowen breaks the huddle and brings the Yellow Jackets up to the line of scrimmage. Spread formation, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. He calls a signal. He's a straight pass. It's just a go pattern down the sideline. And looked like Jackson Cooper come flying in just at the last second to knock that ball away. Bowen's pass was intended down there for Gavin Thomas and just fell incomplete.
Yeah, it was probably a little bit more of an errant throw. If he'd have put some zip on the ball versus trying to leave it out there, probably would have had a reception for big yards, if not a score. Jackson Cooper able to close in and make a play, but that's when you need it the most right there, and he made it.
Same set for the Yellow Jackets, 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Bowen has running back off to his right side. Look for the Briar Jumpers, looking more pressure. Here comes the blitz up the middle. Bowen's just going to dump it out here again, intended for Gavin Thomas, and he was open, but Bowen was under a lot of pressure and has had to get rid of it and overthrew it. Incomplete, 3rd down.
Probably a little bit too open in that middle of the field. Guy Bailey was able to close in and try to make the play right there at the end, but had the reception been made, it would have been enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a little more of the same from Coach Swearingen's defense here after that first possession. Williamsburg just kind of just took it down the field at will. He's going to bring a little more pressure and put some Bowen trying to get him out of the pocket. 3 receivers to the right this time, 1 to the left. Bowen's got Bronston Bates in the backfield with him. He rolls out to the right away from pressure. He's looking for a receiver here. That's Gavin Thomas again, who's going to come down with the reception. Going to be just a little bit short. Gain of about 8 on the play. He's going to bring up 4th and 2.
I don't know if this Somerset defense right now, if it's just so early in the season, they're not playing a whole lot of on-ball defensive pressure. Looks like they're more trying to play like a man zone coverage or something out here, but that's going to have to change pretty quick, because if you give a team like Williamsburg, who loves to throw the football plenty of time, they're going to make receptions and continue to move the ball forward.
Gavin Thomas back deep to kick for the Yellow Jackets. A little high snap, but he's going to get it down, put his foot to it. It's going to be a low line drive kick that's going to hit right at the 33, roll all the way down. Got a good roll out of it. Going to put the ball down. They're going to spot it right at the 17-yard line with 4 minutes, 27 seconds to go in a 7-7 game. Briar Jumpers will be back on offense in just a second.
If you want a great career, Somerset Community College's career and technical programs can help. Or if you want a bachelor's degree but not a massive college debt, just start at SCC and transfer to the new University Center of Southern Kentucky, located right here in Somerset, and save thousands. Sign up now on campus or visit online at somerset.kctcs.edu. Don't delay. Enroll today.
So Kaya breaks the huddle, brings the Briar Jumpers up. He's got 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Doan just off to his right in a shotgun formation. He's going to be a quick screen out to Grundy out the right side. He makes the completion, gets hit, dragged back, releases, and going to lose about 7 on the play. The flag comes in late also.
Yeah, and right about where the flag was thrown, it looks like there might have been like a block that can't really tell, but of course I say that, and they're probably watching walk it off on the defensive side.
Going to decline it, leave it there, take the loss on the play. Blocking the back on the Briar Jumpers, it is going to be declined so a loss of 7 on the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 17 here for the Briar Jumpers. Ball spotted just outside the 10. Knows the football's on the 11. So try to get the ball into the playmaker's hands quick, and the Yellow Jackets did a good job pursuing. This time he's got 2 receivers to the left. It's a jet sweep to Doan on the right side. Picks up a good block, gets outside, gets shoelace tackle right there at the 15. Good tackle there by the Yellow Jackets. Going to gain, looks like they're going to put the ball down at the 21. So gain of about 12 on the play. Going to bring up 3rd and 6.
One thing I didn't plan for here is just a little bit of light to be able to see. So I'm going to have to pull out the phone and use this one here in a minute.
So big 3rd down early in the game here for the Briar Jumpers, just outside the 20-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Doan just off to the right of Sharon in the backfield, takes the snap, drops straight back. He pulls it down, looking to throw. Now he's going to run. He's across the 25 to the 27. He's going to have enough for the first down, looks like, where they spotted. The ball did come out, but he hit the ground. And Robert, there's another one late in the run. Kai's got that ball dangling around there. Lucky that he hit the ground before it came out.
I was just getting ready to say the same thing. You might be able to pick up 7 yards when you need it, and that's perfect. But you got to protect the ball, because eventually somebody's going to stick a hat on that and knock it out. And you're giving a team like Williamsburg a lot of short field to work with.
So after the Turner Realty Group first down, the Briar Jumpers come to the line of scrimmage. Ball just inside the 30 at the 29. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Doan splits over to the left side. Sharon rolls out to his left. He's looking down the field. Now he's going to throw back. Now he's flushed out to his right side, still looking down the field. Going to dump it there to Cade right at about the 38. He turns the burners on, gets up to midfield, just across midfield. Another first down. Going to be a gain of 21 on the play after Kaya and Cade made something happen.
Yeah, Kaya just stayed with the play, and so did Cade. He was able to get a little bit of separation right in the middle of the field, which seems to be the attack zone for both teams early in the game.
So with 3:56 to go in the first quarter, Briar Jumpers tied with with the Williamsburg, played Whitley County last week. Williamsburg Yellow Jackets 7-7. Briar Jumpers had the ball in Williamsburg territory. Kaya in the shotgun. Little counter trap here to Doan along the left side. Pursuit from the backside by number 3 as Jeff Tye. Doan's going to pick up about 2 on the play. Going to be 2nd and 8.
It's a tough run, and that's one thing I do like about Chase Doan is he's able to lower the shoulders and not take the contact and go backwards. He's always falling forward. So that's one of the good things about the young man. They talk about him being small in stature, but he's a strong young man for his size.
3 receivers go out to the right this time. Gavin Stevens comes split out wide to the left. Grundy in the shotgun. It's going to be, it was going to be just a quick screen. And
Call that
Sharon,
incomplete?
the ball fell out of his hand. Looked like he was trying to go forward, so they're going to say the empty hand right there and call that incomplete instead of a fumble. Bring up third down.
Well, I'm not real sure about that play myself. I didn't look like – I don't know, is it just because his hand wasn't going forward or what?
I think what they're saying is that it was going back and it was going forward. The ball wasn't there. It's some kind of empty hand rule. They call it incomplete. But it's going to be a quick screen. Anyway, 3rd and 8. Sharon takes the snap, drops back to pass this time. And he's got – can't tell who the receiver was there. It's Ricky Gilmore again on the quick, just right there at the seam. Is going to pick up about 15.
That's what it looks like. I was trying to count the yardage off, 15 yards, but
Well, they put it down about 18 yards on the play, so it brings up first down.
that's three receptions by the young man for almost 70 yards early in the football game.
Yeah, Gilmore is, give them that third weapon besides Grundy and Gavin Stevens. Put him in the slot, let him go to work, put him on a linebacker. Gilmore's going to win that battle more times than not. So 1st and 10 for the Briar Jumpers. Ball sitting at the 31-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield with Kaya this time, and Guy Bailey is going to get the trap, the counter play. Breaks up the middle behind some good block and takes the ball all the way down to the 25. Gain of 6 on the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 4.
That was a good first down run by the young man. Be able to take that little stutter step, freeze the defense just enough to find the crease for 6 positive yards.
They put the ball down just shy of the 25, Roberts. Only gave him a gain of 5 on the play.
2nd down and 5.
Pistol formation, and he's going to draw them off sides. A little hard count right there. It goes through big number 67, Drew Johnson there.
5 yards the easy way.
And that should be enough for a first down. Place the ball down at the 21. They are going to move the chains. So another Turner Realty Group first down. Going to put the ball just outside the red zone. With 2 minutes and 4 seconds to play in the first quarter. Still in a tie ball game, 7-7. Briar Jumpers on the move here, their second drive of the night. Kai comes out, pistol formation again. He's got Smith off to his right, Doan behind him, turns around just to lead. ISO lead to Doan. He makes the man miss, do a good block, and gets all the way down to the 9-yard line. So he's going to pick up about 11 on the play. Good run by Doan right there off the right side.
That's what I love about his game. Quick on his feet, makes great cuts. Just able to find any seam that he can find and turn it upfield for a great yardage. Good run for the young man.
So Briar Jumpers have just entered the Rick Barker Realty and Auction red zone for the second time tonight from the 9-yard line, first down. 1:38 and the clock is ticking. Same formation just off to the left side. Smith goes in motion. This is going to be a quarterback sweep. Sharon follows block. He's got nobody in front of him. He's going to walk into the end zone from 9 yards out. Touchdown for the Briar Jumpers, and they jump out 13-7.
That's the one thing that Kai has got to be able to do is once he gets his shoulders turned upfield and he doesn't see anything coming his direction, he's got to be able to beat him off his feet, because what that's going to do is keep that defense honest and keep him from trying to put so much pressure to get him in the backfield.
They just kept the ball in Kaya's hands right there, and he had a good blocking in front of him. They were able to seal the edge, and once he got around the corner, there was nobody in sight, and he was able to just walk in the end zone from 9 yards away. Whitus on to attempt the extra point for the second time tonight. Williams going to be the holder. Snaps down. Kick is up. Another low line drive, but it's going to get through. So with 1:25 to go and the Randall D. Turpin scoreboard, with 1:25 to go, Briar Jumpers lead 14-7.
Since 1979, Modern Systems has been defending communities all across Kentucky, and they are proud to be part of the communities they serve, committing time and sponsorships to numerous charities like Project 5810, Relay for Life, March of Dimes, Heart Walk, local school programs, and many more. Modern Systems, your neighbors and your friends, and they work 24/7 to protect the things that matter most to you. From homes to businesses to schools and churches, let Modern Systems be your name and security. Banking is never easier at United Cumberland Bank. ATM deposits, instant issue debit cards, and a mobile app that gives you full control are just a few reasons why more Pulaski Countyans are choosing United Cumberland Bank, member FDIC. With 1 minute and 25 seconds left to go in the first quarter, Somerset leads 14-7.
So Christian Whitus is going to put the ball down on the 40-yard line on the far hash. Gavin Thomas and Jaden Rainwater will be deep for the Yellow Jackets. They've got 9 guys up looking for the little pooch kick again from Whitus. He's put the ball down about the 30-yard line both times. It's going to be a kickoff, a little pooch kickoff to the right side this time. They're going to catch the Briar Jumpers from being offsides on the kick, I believe, and back them up 5 yards.
Yeah, a lot of early mistakes by the Somerset that's costing them just short yardage so far. They've got 1 penalty for 15 yards, but it's 3rd penalty of the game. 1 penalty, of course, they took the spot foul of about 7 yards, but you just little things like that are the things that are going to eat at coaches because they just don't want to give away yardages in any form that they can.
So everybody's going to move around 5 yards. Kicking team moves back. Receiving team moves up.
5-yard penalty.
Rainwater and Thomas are going to move up to right out just outside their 30-yard line. Be a good time for Whitus to put his foot to the ball and kick it over their heads right here.
He had one that sailed pretty deep. Well, it was a touchback last week, so he's capable. But right now, when he's got nobody back in the back, that's the time to do it.
So Whitus puts his foot to it. It is a pooch kick again here back to Thomas's side. He's going to catch it about the 27-yard line, trying to get around the left side over there, and there's just nowhere to go. He ran a lot of yardage to pick up very little. Number 12 for the Briar Jumpers, that's Brody Williams down there to trip him up right at the 32, where the Yellow Jackets will start their 3rd possession of the night.
Got decent field position to start their their 3rd drive of this first quarter. Somerset got, like I say, we got to tighten up the defense in the secondary especially and make it tough for this quarterback to get reads.
Staple 3-4 defense by Coach Swearingen. 2 safeties back deep. The Yellow Jackets come out. They're going to send 2 receivers to the left. A little bit of miscommunication. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Bowen takes the snap, turns around, hands it off to Rainwater, and he's hitting the backfield immediately. Dylan Keith, he's able to spin away from Dylan's tackle, but then there was about 3 or 4 other Briar Jumpers able to bring him down for a loss on the play.
It's good to see Dylan out there playing. There was a little bit of question whether he's going to get to or not, but it's good to see him out there playing. He got a brace, able to get that knee under control, and it's good to see out there making plays. So with 1:09 left to go in the first quarter, Williamsburg opts for a timeout. Wait times are short at Quick Care Walk-In Clinic. They're focused on service, and they staff the clinic to reduce time spent in the weight room. Quick Care has lab and x-ray equipment right there in the clinic, which is another great time saver. The clinic is open and waiting for you from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. on weekdays and from 10 to 3 on Saturday. Of course, no appointment is necessary. Just walk in when you need us. Quick Care behind the hospital in Med Park West. We also want to thank the Don Franklin Somerset family of dealerships for presenting tonight's coverage of high school football. Be sure to take advantage of the end of summer savings at any of their Somerset locations. Visit them on Facebook at Don Franklin Somerset Family Dealerships, where they treat you like family.
So 2nd week of football in the state of Kentucky, Robert. And I'm telling you, I don't know what it was, and maybe last week it was one of those things where I'm just glad to have football or what it was. But tonight, I'm more excited about the game tonight than I was last week.
I think so, too. It's the first home game. Pretty good crowd on hand tonight. They got a limit of how many fans that they can let into these games because of the COVID-19 ruling. But Somerset still has shown up for this game, and it's always good because it feels good to be back in the stands watching your home team.
Bowen looking to snap this time, and he's going to pull the Briar Jumpers off sides. Look like number 52, Tyler Harvey, there at the nose guard position, got a little bit excited, so he's going to give free 5 yards offsides on the defense. Somerset did it. Now Williamsburg's done it. 2nd and 8, ball's placed down at the 35-yard line.
32 yards of penalties already given in this first quarter. Not a good thing.
For the Yellow Jackets.
No, need to clean that up. Williamsburg comes out, shotgun formation. Is going to send 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He's got Rainwater in the backfield with him, shotgun formation. He's going to take the snap again, and the Briar Jumpers not watching the ball, and they're going to jump off sides again. So after 2 plays of no offense, give them 10 free yards, and going to be 3rd and about 3.
3rd and about 3, and
Second and 3.
It turned in from a second down and 13
Yeah.
to a second and 3, just like that, 2 penalties.
So we need to do a better job watching the football. Same formation. You know, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me a third time, we're going to do something different. And here comes the pressure. Bowen's going to roll out to the right, and it's going to be batted down. There was about 3 Briar Jumper defenders right in his face as he tried to get rid of that ball. So pressure on second down is going to bring up 3rd and 3.
It's a good time to call the pressure, try to get something stopped in the backfield to negate some of those yards you've given to them on the penalties. But 3rd and 3, the playbook has a lot of options for 3rd and 3. And right now is when this defense could probably use a stop just to get them against some kind of motivation going forward.
So Williamsburg comes up to the line of scrimmage. Little wing back off to the left side, 1 split wide left, 2 to the right. Rainwater in the backfield with Bowen. Takes the snap. He's just a quarterback keeper, and he's looking for somewhere to go. Nowhere off the right side. He gets hit and then ran out of bounds. Mikey Garland hit him there right at the 40. He's going to be a little bit short. He wanted to run it off the right side, Robert, and I think Brandon was right there to send him back to the left side, and then he ran into Mr. Garland.
Good timing for short gain yardage. He had him stopped in the backfield, make a nice little move, but as soon as he turned the field and was trying to go the opposite direction, we had somebody out there on the corner, and I couldn't tell if that was Garland out there just trying to make a play and trying to scoot him out of bounds. 1, it stops the clock, but 2, it also forces him into a decision to have to punt at this situation.
So Gavin Thomas back to punt. Better snap this time. He's waiting for the pressure. He's just going to pooch it away. Just does not want Doan or Grundy to get their hands on it, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 37. Looks like we're going to place it down. 37-yard line. No, he's still walking it off right at the 40-yard line.
It's football season, and that means it's also SUV season at Somerset out in Blakely Ford. Now it's time to celebrate with a new 2020 sport utility such as the Expedition XLT with up to $9,000 in savings, or a Ford Explorer 4x4 for under $31,000. At Alton Blakely, you can find every size of SUV from minis to full-size. Stop and see the showroom at South 27 in Somerset, or visit them online at altonblakely.com.
The Briar Jumpers have been very efficient on offense tonight, 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Going to get their 3rd possession here of the night, and before we can get started, there's going to be a timeout called by Williamsburg. So another United Cumberland Bank timeout with 47 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Keeping stats and the correct score is important to players, coaches, and fans. The same can be said about keeping your taxes and finances in order. For over 26 years, Randall D. Turpin CPA has been doing just that. If accounting is not your thing, then let the pros at Randall D. Turpin CPA do it for you. Proud sponsor of the Randall D. Turpin scoreboard, located on Parkers Mill Road in Somerset, Kentucky. With 47 seconds left to go in the first quarter, Somerset leads 14-7, getting ready to get the ball back.
So as the Briar Jumpers come off the sideline here after Williamsburg's 2nd timeout of the first half. The first time, Coach Herron was a little upset with his offense, and so he called a quick timeout to bring them over to the sideline. They ran 2 no snap plays and picked up 10 yards on penalties. This time, I don't know if it was an alignment issue, they didn't have enough people on the field, but something he didn't like, and he called a 2nd timeout of the night. And we come back out here onto the field. Kyle brings them to the line of scrimmage. Got Grundy to the left, Stevens to the right. Pistol formation. He sends Gerard Smith in motion to the left. He's looking down the field and just throws it out here to Gerard wide open at the 38-yard line. He's just going to run down the sideline before he gets brought down across midfield at about the 41. So it's going to be, ball is placed on the 40. It's going to be an 18-yard pass completion from Kai Sharon to Gerard Smith on first down.
Gerard Smith just waiting out there in the flat, waiting for something. He was the release valve, was able to find him. And again, when that young man gets a full head of steam going down the field at 235 pounds, it's going to be a load for somebody to try to take down.
And he was wide open out here in the flat. He came in motion out of the backfield. Nobody went with him. Kyle wanted to throw the ball downfield, but had good coverage. But Jared was standing out here, Gerard standing out here wide open. This time, Kyle's just going to turn around and hand it off to Doan on a counter trap off the right side. He gets hit in the backfield, fights his way up to the line of scrimmage, but he's going to get no gain on the play.
Couldn't tell if he was just made a late cut or if it was just a breakdown in the line. But stop right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
So 19 seconds and the clock running here in the first quarter. This should be the last play of the first quarter. Kyle's going to send Gavin Stevens. Well, no, now Gavin's going to turn around, reverse direction, come back off to the left. So Kay Grundy split out wide right, Gavin wide left. Pistol formation. Kai turns around and hands it off to Doan. He has to outrun a defender right off the bat. He does get around the edge, but he's going to be pushed out of bounds for a very short gain. Gain of only 1 on the play is going to bring up 3rd and 9 for the Briar Jumpers here from the 49-yard line, 44-yard line. But that's going to be the end of the first quarter where the Briar Jumpers lead 14-7.
The people of this great land are resilient and will get through this. And buying and selling is the real stimulus. Land and real estate are the premium investments, and they're not just making any more land. At Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we'll get you the most for your property with live, online, and multi-parcel auctions. Selling farms, homes, developments, and commercial properties for top dollar. Give us a call or online at FordBrothersInc.com.
Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been serving and supporting our local communities. We want you to know that we are here for you and your family. Someone you can trust. Someone you can count on, now and for the better days to come. Trusted, loyal, dedicated, helpful, and consistent. Toyota of Somerset. Come see us or visit us online at toyotaofsomerset.com.
All right, Chris, we're getting ready to start second quarter action. Somerset leads 14-7.
So right we come back, Briar Jumpers looking to be 3 for 3 on offense tonight. Got a little bit of a discussion going on here between the referees. I'm not exactly sure what they couldn't figure out during the stoppage of play. It looks like they've got it figured out now. And we are going to...
Can't tell exactly what the stoppage in play is going to be for.
Yeah, it looks like Toby Durham here on the side, Judge. He's called Coach Lucas up here to him. He's going to let him know something. They had some kind of discussion there. Anyway, Kai comes out, empty backfield, 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left. He sees an audible he likes, so he's going to call a different play here at the line of scrimmage. Takes a snap, he drops back to pass, and it's just out. He found Grundy out there in the flat. He's going to get across the 40, down inside, all the way down to the 25-yard line. So about a 19-yard gain on the play. Be 1st and 10 for the Briar Jumpers.
First down.
Turner Realty Group first down as they place the ball down at the 26.
One thing that this team has obviously figured out is that if you key in on Grundy, but they have not yet thrown a ball in the direction of Gavin Stevens, and I don't know if he's just being very well covered or if they're just waiting for a prime opportunity to throw it to him.
Well, Kaya saw something there at the line of scrimmage. They were playing well off of Cage, and he just stepped up and called an audible, threw it out there to him. Sweep this time to Doan around the right side, and he's got a lane across the 20, gets dragged down by his shoulder pads right at the 17-yard line. So gain of about 7 on the play is going to bring up 2nd and 3.
He was looking pretty hard for that horse collar. He was grabbed by the back of the pads and slung down to the ground. He threw his hands up looking for it too, but I don't know if it's just because he didn't fall in an unnatural motion or what, to let the referees know that that was an actual play that could have happened.
Well, and it's going to come back. I didn't see the flag, but yeah, it's sitting right there in the middle of the field now that I look at it, and it's going to be a hold on the Briar Jumper, so it's going to negate the gain on the play, and it's going to bring it all the way back to the 39-yard line. So it's going to bring up, should be 1st and 19.
Well, they got it look like marked for, okay, first down.
1st and 23.
Ooh.
Kai just going to fake it to Doan. He's going to keep it off the right side himself, and he has a lane and then gets popped right there at the 30-yard line. He's going to pick up some of that yardage back, penalty yardage, not all of it, but he's going to pick up about 8 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 13.
Well, that's, again, we talked about that earlier, and I hate to sound like a broken record, but that's going to be one of the things that Kaya is going to have to do a lot in this game just to keep that defense honest, because they're playing the secondary, playing pretty well and covering up all the defenders, and they've got to start respecting the ability of Kaya to pull down the ball and run.
So the trio of Gilmore, Hawkins, and Grundy go wide left. He looks back here to the right to Gavin Stevens. He catches the ball and makes a great move, slides inside, and going for a touchdown. Robert, you talked about it. Gavin hadn't caught a ball tonight, and the first one he sees, he takes in from 29 yards out, and it's another Briar Jumper touchdown. Citizens National Bank touchdown. Briar Jumpers go on top 20-7.
One thing I do like about that play is I wish we could see the replay, but Gavin was able to make a little small slip move and get some separation from the defender and make that play, and that just looked like a kind of play that an actual veteran could make.
Yeah. He made a nice move at the line of scrimmage. He got behind the cornerback and in front of the safety, found a nice little slot there. Kaya found him for the 29-yard touchdown. Whitus on to attempt the extra point, and it's a bad snap, mishandled by Williams there, and this low line drive doesn't make it to the goalpost this time. So a 10:45 to go on the Randall D. Turpin scoreboard in the second quarter. Briar Jumpers lead 20-7.
Are you frustrated by your bank's long drive-through lines and poor customer service? If so, your bank has recently been consolidated to a single location. Citizens National Bank is here to earn your business. With 7 locations in Pulaski County, you are sure to find one that is convenient to you. Visit our website at cnbsomerset.com to find the nearest branch. For past 100 years, Citizens National Bank has been constant in this community. We are here to stay. Citizens National Bank, moving forward, moving together, member FDIC. Again, with 10 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the second quarter, the score is now Somerset 20, Williamsburg 7.
Just wanted to make a little bit of an announcement here before we get ready for the kickoff. For those of you who do not know or are not close to the situation, we're going to have a little presentation for Scott Sullivan tonight. Most of you all affectionately know him as Sully, battling stage 4 cancer. Scotty is a graduate of Somerset High School and played football and baseball, and the programs got together. We're going to have a little honor for him at halftime, so glad to see them doing that and see Scotty here.
I thought it was a great touch last week that they were able to fly the man out to see his kid at Belfry. I was pretty well touched with that post on Facebook.
So Christian's going to put his foot to it. A little bit deeper kick this time, going to drop Rainwater back to the 15. He's trying to get around to the right side, picks up a block. He is going to get across the 25. Flags come flying in, makes one man miss, still on his feet, and he gets popped there at about the 41-yard line, but this one's going to come back.
Yeah, that one was a little bit of a shove in the back at a man downfield, so the flag was thrown right at about the 28-yard line, so the spot foul will go from there. In real estate, working with the right people matters. Barry Turner, broker and co-owner of Turner Realty Group, knows the ropes. Over the years, Turner Realty Group has developed excellent relationships with their clients. See for yourself on their Zillow profile with more reviews than anyone else in the Lake Cumberland region. Turner Realty Group is just off Highway 27 between lots 21 and 22. Call 679-SOLD or go online at shopsomersethomes.com.
So the referees get Williamsburg with a legal block below the waist there. I'm sure trying to chop somebody. It looked like maybe he got Garland. He came up a little gimpy on the play, but he's still in there. Going to back him all the way up after having good field position up around the 40. This penalty is going to bring the ball all the way down to the nose of the football on the 13, where the Yellow Jackets will take over their 4th possession of the night. After scoring early, they've had 2 punts, looking to get something going here and stay in touch with the Jumpers. Bowen's got Rainwater off to his right. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Hard snap again, but this time the Yellow Jackets jumped early.
Yeah, they're marking it off against him. I was going to say, because Mikey Garland sniffed that one out. He had a little bit of a jump when he saw somebody move.
So did a better job that time by the Briar Jumpers watching the ball. Williamsburg's going to jump offside, so after 2 big penalties, ball goes down inside the 10 now at the 8-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 15.
Williamsburg could ill afford another penalty here because it'll back them up half the distance and put the pressure on the Williamsburg offense.
Turnover would be great.
Yes.
Here, Rainwater's just going to take it. Bowen's going to take it right up the middle. He gets popped right there. Is that number 15?
I couldn't tell. somebody met him right in the middle and just let him know that he was not welcome to be there at the moment.
I'm pretty sure that was number 15, Marcus Mills.
Really?
Is that right? No, 35. That's
35.
Guy Bailey.
Guy
Sorry.
Bailey.
Missed the three, so that makes a little more sense to me. Guy Bailey stepped right up there, popped him. He was able to pick up the 5 penalty yardage on the play. He's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Little confusion by the Yellow Jackets as they break the huddle, get things squared away. Bowen sends receivers to the right, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Showing a little bit of pressure. Here comes.
Ooh. Just a little bit underthrown. The route was right. He was queuing in on that receiver the whole time, but just a bad pass on that one.
Yeah, man coverage there by the Jumpers that they bought both the middle linebackers. Bowen stepped up, tried to throw the ball to Rainwater, but you're right, just threw it into the ground. Fell harmlessly incomplete. It can bring up 3rd and 10.
One thing I like about the night's weather, man, it's been a nice reprieve from that summer heat.
Oh, this is great. I mean,
But you're feeling it right now.
I didn't bring enough clothes, I'll just tell you. I thought it was going to get cool, but I know it's cool this quick. We'll be all right. So 3rd and 10. Bowen takes the snap. He drops straight back. He's looking to throw the ball down the field. He's got a man right here. It's going to fall incomplete.
Fall incomplete, and it should bring up 4th down at that point.
Hayden Dick saw the pass out this way, jumped up there, and brought Gavin Thomas down. The ball bounced before it got to him, so it does fall incomplete. So going to bring up 4th and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at the, where's the ball here? 12-yard line, 13-yard line.
It's good to see some of these sophomore kids, Hayden Dick especially, out here making some plays. He had a really nice game against Pulaski's JV game on Monday night. So I like to see the young kids that I know that my kids playing with to get out here and get some early playing time.
Pressure coming by the Briar Jumpers.
Is that a safety?
And it's going to be, they're going to mark it just outside of the end zone down at about the 1 foot. So I don't know what Gavin Thomas saw or what he was doing. He didn't think he was going to get the kickoff and was going to try to run it out of there, but did not work. And he's brought down right at the goal line. The Briar Jumpers are going to take over in the best field position you can have.
I suspect that the tank package is coming out right now. I haven't seen the personnel line up as quite of yet, but that's kind of what I'm expecting them to do. Nothing crazy here with about a half a yard to go.
I wouldn't be surprised. They don't just call a quarterback sneak right here and let Kai take it right up the middle. But you're right, the tank package is out there. Mikey Garland dots the I. He's got Gerard Smith and Riley and Carter in front of him. He's going to turn around. It is just a quarterback sneak, and Kai's going to take it in from 1 foot out with 9:29 to go on the Randall D. Turpin scoreboard. After the Citizens National Bank touchdown, the Briar Jumpers now lead 26-7.
Rick Barker and Godby Realty and Auction. Names you know and names you can trust. Real estate and auction services for farm, commercial, residential, and personal. Godby Realty and Auction has 49 years experience in the real estate and auction business, and we are ready to put that work for you. Go online at godbyrealty.com for more information. With 9 minutes and 29 seconds left to go in the first half, Somerset leads right now 26-7 pending the extra point.
So Brody Williams puts his hand down right at the 10-yard line. Christian White is on to try to attempt the extra point. Snap is good, hold is good, ball is up and through, and the Briar Jumpers do extend their lead to 27-7 with 9:29 to go in the first half.
We want to make sure that everybody stays tuned to tonight's end of the game coverage brought to you by the Alton Blakely Ford family of dealerships. Plus, we're going to be naming the Modern Systems Defender of the Game and the Somerset Community College Offensive Player of the Game right after this game on Facebook Live. So be sure that you tune in to me and Chris after this game is over.
Busy night tonight here at the Briar Patch. One of, I feel like, my opinion, Robert, one of the best small school traditions that we have. First home game of the year, all the students together at the high school, and they do the jumper walk, which all the kids come through town all the way up Barnett Street and into the stadium and usually take a lap around the field. I think that was negated this year, but that's the student support that this football team gets is very, very good.
Yeah, the student support, the fan support. I love the tradition of this small school. This morning was the freshman senior breakfast I think that's a great thing to welcome the young kids to the school. I love the homecoming parade. I love all the little things that this Somerset team does.
Whitus puts his foot to get to it, and it's going to be another high pooch punt down to the 20-yard line this time. Rainwater's going to take it, makes a man miss at the 30, across the 40-yard line, still looking for some room. He gets hit from the backside right at the 45-yard line, but a good return by Rainwater. About a 35-yard return is going to put the ball down at the 45.
I missed the number, and I think it was Gerard Smith had a beat on him in the backfield and got a pretty heavy push in the back. So that could have stopped the ball progress, but sometimes you get away with them, sometimes you don't. That's the beauty of football and the human element.
So Bowen's going to bring the Yellow Jackets official. Before we get anything going, we're going to have an official timeout for, looks like some equipment, mouthpiece. Yeah, mouthpiece maybe popped off. So we get that squared away. Yellow Jackets break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage. Pretty much the same formation they've been in all night. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Rainwater just off to the right of Bowen in the backfield, shotgun formation. Keith showing a little bit of pressure, and he does bring it. Bowen rolls away from the right side, finds a man over there in front of the Williamsburg bench. That's number 2, Gavin Thomas. He's going to pick up about 9 on the play. I'm going to mark him out of bounds.
Yeah, I like the quarterback's ability to throw on the move like he does. Is good footwork, got a pretty nice arm, able to make great plays throwing across his body.
So after a gain of 9 on the play, puts the ball down at the 45. 2nd and short, just needing a yard for the first down. Same formation for the Yellow Jackets. Bowen takes the ball, a little bad snap. Rolls off to his left, a broken play, gets around the right side. Going to be able to pick up about 4 on the play before he's knocked out of bounds. But it is going to be a first down for the Yellow Jackets.
He's getting some forward progress, but I kind of wonder sometimes that when you get up 20 points, you start getting a little mentally complacent. And I think that's just going to be a thing that we're going to have to deal with early in this football season, where they're not going to be able to take the foot off the pedal too soon. That's going to be probably one of those things that the defensive coaches are going to have to address with this team.
2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Bowen's got Rainwater off to his left, takes a snap, rolls out to the left looking to throw. He throws it out here, a one hopper to Gavin Thomas. It falls incomplete, going to bring up 2nd down.
Kind of a little bit of a busted coverage play on that one. Try to come back to the ball, but the ball hit the ground about 5 yards before the receiver.
Well, Williamsburg offensive coordinator has done a pretty good job here after Somerset put some pressure on Bowen the last couple of series of rolling his quarterback out of the pocket away from the pressure to a point to where he can have some throwing lanes, but that one just fell incomplete. So 2nd and 10 from the 41-yard line, same formation. Briar Jumpers drop back in coverage. Bowen drops straight back. He throws the ball down the field. Should have been picked off. That was a bad throw into triple coverage there. Pass was intended for Jaden Rainwater, and did it jump off of Jackson's hands?
Looks like it might have bounced off of Hayden Dick's hands right there at about the 23, 24-yard line. He had the beat on the ball, but it's just thrown a little bit high.
Yeah, 22. You're exactly right. Hayden Dick had the interception, just maybe got his eyes on it just a little bit late, and it ricocheted off his hands and fell incomplete. But it is going to bring up 3rd and long from the 41. So with 8:57 to go in the half, Briar Jumpers lead 27-7, looking to force Yellow Jackets into another punt. They are going to bring pressure this time, and there was a lot of movement on the line of scrimmage. I think they saw the pressure coming and jumped just a little bit too soon. It's going to back them up 5 more yards.
Yeah, Williamsburg especially doesn't want to give away yards in this scenario right here. But Somerset defense picked up the intensity after I said something. Maybe they got me on the headset somewhere, right?
Oh, no, they're going to call it on the defense.
What? No, it looked like well, it's okay.
Yeah, maybe the interior line move. I know Gerard Smith and Dylan Keith were coming around the outside and going to bring a blitz. And I could have swore the offensive, anyway, it's not, they're a little bit closer to the play than I am. So anyway, they pick up 5 yards on the play. Still going to be 3rd down, but now it's a little more manageable 3rd and 5. probably two-down territory right here would be my guess. Same formation, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, showing pressure. Here they come right up the middle. And he steps up. Oh, and he has a man right down the middle field, just overthrows him, but he was under pressure and had to get rid of it. Gerard Smith and Dylan Keith both bringing pressure from the middle linebacker spot.
I think you're right. And being as it's placed, the ball is placed on about the 35, 36-yard line. You're already down 20 points. At this point in the game, I say you probably got to go for it.
Yeah, and Coach Herron is going to send Bowen back on the field. Is it Bowen or Bowen? What do you think? Have I been pronouncing it wrong all night?
I'm not 100% sure.
Sidney Bowen is what I'm going with.
All right, I'm going to go with it too.
And I apologize to the young man and his family if I am mispronouncing it, if it is Bowen.
Somebody let us know.
Same formation, though. He's got Rainwater off to his right, and he makes the snap for the play. And
oh, no. That's exactly what they were trying to do, get that hard count to draw him off sides. And
Gavin Thomas was open.
Yeah, he was open.
He jumps offside just a little bit early for the offense, and he was open. If they could have got the snap off, he would have had a good shot at making a positive play. But going to lose the 5 yards back to the 41-yard now, so it's going to bring up 4th and 10.
Williamsburg, 5-yard penalty.
Not exactly the penalty they were looking for there, I'm sure. They were hoping to draw the Somerset defense offside and get that 5 yards the easy way, but just gave the 5 yards back.
So Bowen comes up to the line of scrimmage, same formation. Gerard Smith showing some pressure. He does blitz. Bowen looking, a nice back shoulder throw over there. Picks up about 13 on the play. I can't pick up the number. The receiver over there, number 12.
Looks to be
that Rainwater, 17.
Another one of those sets of jersey that's hard to see from a distance.
Anyway, it was a nice throw and catch. Back shoulder right down the right sideline. They're going to pick up the first down. I said Rainwater in the backfield. I believe that's Bronston Bates. I've been saying Rainwater is back there lined up with Bowen. That's number 20, Bronston Bates in the backfield just off to Bowen's right. I believe that was Rainwater on the catch. There's some movement again, but they don't call it. Bowen's just going to fake it and run around the right side. That play just looked discombobulated from the start.
It did. We had a lot of people that just never left the line of scrimmage, a lot of people looking at the quarterback as he scrambled. I'm not sure what the play was there, but positive yardage nonetheless.
He's going to pick up 4 on the play before he's ran out of bounds right at the 21. So the clock is stopped with 8:40 to go in the half. Briar Jumpers lead 27-7, but this is the second best drive of the Yellow Jackets of the evening.
Excuse me.
The Yellow Jackets come to the line of scrimmage. 2 backs in the backfield this time with Bowen, a little bit different formation. He's just going to run a quick slant right there to Gavin Thomas. He wasn't ready for the ball.
No.
And it bounced off his shoulder and almost intercepted again.
By Hayden Dick, right there playing good coverage right in the line. 2 interceptions I'm sure he'd love to have at this point.
The ball hit Bowen's hands. He stood right up and threw it immediately to Gavin Thomas, who was just running a streak pattern. And he never looked back for the ball and just hit him in the side. So that brings up 3rd and 6, just outside the 20-yard line. Ball's placed at the 21. No, now back to the more standard formation from Williamsburg. 2 receivers to the right. Early movement again. They're finally going to throw a flag this time.
Yeah, a lot of early movement by the receiving corps on a lot of these plays. And I'm not trying to draw any attention or make any kind of negative comment, but it's probably a lot of that young football team blues that they're facing. And, again, first football game of the year. So those kind of things they're going to have.
False start on Williamsburg is going to bring it back outside the 25 to the 26. And, Bowen's back there, his cadence, I think he may start with a vocal, but then he smacks his hands to try to get the snap. And I don't know if there's just a delay by the center. And the receivers are hearing the snap, but they need to be watching the ball. Receivers should never jump off sides.
Correct.
This time a trip formation to the left, lone receiver up to the right, shotgun formation. Dylan Keith showing a little bit of pressure. He rolls out to the left. He gets hit right as he lets go of it. and he throws it out of bounds and incomplete. But Bone was under pressure. Dylan Keith coming from his linebacker spot, and it's going to fall incomplete. 4th and 11.
4th and 11 from a distance that it was plus yardage from the last fourth down play that they went. That ball had been thrown just a tad bit better, was probably catchable, but the coverage was very good downfield by the Somerset defense.
Kind of in no-man territory right here. It would be a 43-yard field goal, and there's not very many kids in the state of Kentucky that can make that field goal. There's a couple that I know of, but not very many.
Kid from Hazard
probably would. Kid from LCA probably would. But it brings up 4th down, and Bowen's looking to pass, and he's under pressure. He's just going to throw it out to the right side. You know, that's one of those plays that 4th and 12, and you throw it 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he is going to get some positive yards, but the Briar Jumpers are going to knock him out of bounds, and it's going to be a turnover on possession. So with 8:18 to go in the first half, the Briar Jumpers lead 27-7, and will take the ball on offense when we come back.
Conveniently located off North Highway 27 between Big Lots and Backyard Burger, Magic Monograms is the place for custom embroidery, screen printing, and so much more. They can put your designs on medical and athletic uniforms, corporate and school apparel. Find them on Facebook. Search Magic Monograms and Embroidery. With 8 minutes and 13 seconds left to go in the first half, Somerset leads 27-7.
Excuse me. So Kaya brings Briar Jumpers to the line of scrimmage. Pistol formation. He's got Gerard Smith off to his right, Doan behind him. He's going to turn around and just hand it off to Chase right up the middle. He's going to lower his head and gain about 3 on the play. Looks like, can't see where they're going to place the ball down. Looks like about the 23-yard line. So a gain of 4 on the play. They'll bring up 2nd and 6.
Doan having a kind of a tough night trying to run behind the tackles tonight. And I don't know, like I say, if the line is breaking down or what.
2nd down.
And I think that was with 12 men on the field for Williamsburg, because I know their coach was trying to get a man off the field there, and I never saw a replacement come running on. But anyway, it's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Kaya comes up the line of scrimmage. He's going to send one receiver to the right, one to the left. Going to turn around and fake it to Doan, looking to pass. He's got big number 16. That's Jacob Smith. Makes a good catch, makes a good man miss, gets across midfield. So good run after the catch by Jacob Smith there. Kai just hit him right in the middle of soft zone. He takes the ball all the way up across the 50-yard line down to the 42.
He's across midfield to the Yellow
About
Jacket,
38 yards.
Yeah.
First down.
Not a bad reception. First reception, I think, of the year for Jacob Smith playing that tight end position. When you've got a guy like Jacob Smith, who's a tall receiver, a Gavin Stevens, a tall target, and the Hawkins kid is a tall target, man, that's a pretty hefty punch to go with.
Kai turns around and hands it off to Chase on a sweep around the right side. He puts his foot in the ground and makes a move and tries to get up there, and he is going to get positive yards, gaining about 4 on the play, but a flag comes flying in late. Either going to be a block in the back or a hold, and this run will come back.
Yeah, and I can't tell who they're calling it on right here, but 54, I think that's Jack Bruner. He's got his hands held out like, what did I do?
Well, they're calling a personal foul.
Ooh. Which direction are they going? They're going marching
they're
the ball
they're
backwards.
marching it back, but they've got a personal foul, and Jack is raising his hands. Yep, it was me. So after the penalty, it brings it all the way back to the 43-yard line. So loss after the penalty.
Ball marked at the 43-yard line.
Is that 15 yards?
Yeah, 15 yards. So 1st and 25 here for the Briar Jumpers inside their own territory now. Pistol formation. He sends Guy Bailey in motion out to his left. Kai dropping back to pass. He's under a little bit of pressure. He scrambles out. Got plenty of time now. Makes another man miss. Now he's getting dragged down. He had time. Should have just thrown that one away.
Should have thrown it away, or should have just used the possession just to tuck it and run at that point.
So what was 1st and 25 after the loss now all the way back to the 37-yard line.
About 20 yards, so 1st and 30.
Also about 5 yards.
Yep, second and 30 now.
Ooh.
So 6 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the half, and the clock running. Briar Jumpers lead 27-7, but after a 15-yard personal foul penalty, a 5-yard sack, it's going to bring up second and 25, second and 30. So Kaya sends 3 receivers to the right, takes the snap. He's looking back to pass. They're only rushing 3 and dropping 8 in coverage, and that's what's going on. So Kaya just cannot find a receiver. There's a man in the middle of the field. He's going to find him. That's Gerard Smith again, or Jacob Smith. He's sitting right there in the soft zone. He makes 2 men miss, bounces off another one, makes another third one. He's still going. Jumped on his back at about the 12-yard line. Going to bring him down, but that's a big play by Jacob Smith, and he's going to go all the way down, but there is a flag, another flag on the play.
Yeah, and I think it was a block in the back, all the way back here in the back, so I'm not sure what they're getting ready to call here, but I think they're getting ready to march off some yardage.
A 54-yard pass completion.
If it stands.
If it stands. Briar Jumpers are walking back a little bit, though, so obviously it's going to be a block in the back on the Briar Jumpers. It's not going to be enough for the first down, I don't believe. No, they've walked back now. So it's a spot foul, and the ball's going to come back to the 36-yard line, but it is going to give them now in a manageable position where it's going to be 3rd and about 5. Or they lose the down on that play, Robert.
Do they? So will that be 4th down?
Well, no, it was 2nd. So, yeah, now they're flipping the box now.
Okay.
So it was 2nd down. They let the play go. They get a block in the back. And we're going to bring up 3rd and 4. But there is just some discussion over there with Coach Herron on the sideline. But the play is going to stand as called after the big gain, the 10-yard penalty. From the spot of the foul, it comes back here. The ball's placed at the 36, and it is going to be 3rd and 4. And Kaya's going to come out. He's going to send 2 receivers to the right and 2 to the left. He's got Chase Doan in shotgun formation lined up just off to his right. Takes a snap. He rolls out to the right. Now he stops and looks back to his left. Now he's under some pressure. Gets a great block, and it's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, that's – used to that was a good football play, and now that what do they call it, a crackback block.
Yeah, came back on a defenseless defender, I guess, if you want to call it whatever. Kaya was under some pressure, and I don't know if that was Bruner again that came back and made a great block, and I think it was to free up Sharon, but they're going to end up calling a personal foul on this one. Helmet to helmet, I guess is what that call is.
Could be.
Yeah, so, again, you're exactly right. That used to be one of those great things that everybody, and you wanted player safety, and we're glad that young man didn't get hurt, but it was just a good block. But the pass completed to Smith again right there in the middle of the field is going to be negated, and we're going to walk it back again here from the spot. Oh, goodness gracious, they just keep walking.
Oh, my goodness. How many yards are they going to?
So now, after the penalty, the ball is going to be brought all the way back to the 39.
Is that 20 yards?
Somerset 39. Well, it'd be in 15 yards from the spot, and I guess they're saying that it happened right here at about the 40-yard line. So
about a 20-yard
10,
penalty.
15, yeah. So, wow, big turn of events there for the Briar Jumpers. Would have had 1st and goal just inside the 10. Now they're 2nd and 25 again. Kyle drops back to pass. He's under some pressure. This little screen over to Doan. He does pick up some blocking. He's got some room, makes a man miss, makes a cut up to the 50-yard line. Here comes the flag flying in from the back judge this time. I don't know if it's going to be a late hit because the Williamsburg defender come piling on late, or he got pushed on top of the pile.
Yeah, he got about 10 yards of that back on a nice little catch and run, but
no, it's going to be on the Briar Jumpers. They're pointing.
Wow.
So it is going to be another block in the back. I saw the Williamsburg defender come flying in late, and I guess that's why he got pushed in the back.
Wow.
So we were 2nd and 25. We got a block in the back here on the Briar Jumpers again. Ball goes right back to they actually gained a half yard on the play. Ball's placed on the 40 now instead of the 39 and a half. So it's going to bring up 39 and 24 and a half.
10th penalty of the half. 10th penalty And I'm trying to do the math.
A bunch of yards. 5:19, and the clock is stopped here in the first half. 97 yards. 27-7. It's still second down, so Williamsburg is only going to bring 3 and drop 8 into coverage. Kaya takes the snap. Just a screen out here to Grundy. He catches it about the 42, turns upfield, stiff arms a man. He's run out of bounds across midfield to the 45-yard line, so a gain of 15 on the play. It is going to bring it to a manageable. You say 3rd and 13 is manageable, but it has been 2nd and 25, 2nd and 30, 3rd. It's so manageable 3rd and 13 from the 45-yard line.
I'd say when the Somerset coaches get their eyes on the film on this one, there's going to be a lot of paint peeled off the walls.
Trip receivers to the left. Kaya drops straight back looking to pass. He looks left. Got some time, finds another man in the middle of the field. It's off of Grundy's hands and bounces up in the air and almost intercepted, but it's going to fall incomplete and going to bring up 4th and 13. And this is another one of these no-man spots right here that you probably punt it and try to pin them deep as good as your defense has played the last couple of possessions.
Correct.
Obviously,
you got Kate Grundy who can tuck it and run if there's some room, and I'm sure they've cued in on that one.
Oh yeah, they're not going to. I mean, it's a good spot for a fake punt, but it is 13 yards that he has to pick up, and you know everybody in the state now knows that hey, Grundy could tuck it and run, so we got to watch that first. Gavin Thomas is going to go back deep for the Yellow Jackets, standing at his own 15. It's a one-hop snap. Grundy is going to take it. He is going to attempt it. He runs around the left side. He's trying to pick up a block. He gets one.
Not going to get it.
Well, and he makes a man miss, and I'm telling you what, he is going to make something out of nothing.
My goodness.
And I believe he is going to pick up 13 and a half yards, and Grundy is going to pick up the first down.
That's just insane.
He was stopped.
Yeah, he was.
2 or 3 times.
I thought he was getting ready to run out of bounds and just, kind of take the – I want to say the loss, but at that point I was like, well, he's probably dead to rights to step out of bounds. But
Grundy with a fake punt.
Yeah, are they going to measure? Or are they going to give it?
No, they'll give it to him. Another Turner Realty Group first down. So after all of that gobbledygook mess up here in the middle of the field, he takes a one-hop snap. I don't think he was ever going to punt it, Robert.
No.
He took off around the left side and picked up exactly what he needed to get the first down.
Wow.
Wow is right.
That's about the only thing. That's the only word I got right now. Just wow.
Ball's placed at a 31, pistol formation. Chase Stone behind Kai. Takes a snap, a little stretch play off the right side. Gavin looking for a room.
Good hole.
Takes a nice cut. I said Gavin, that's Chase.
Right.
And he gets up in the gap, and he's going to pick up just a few yards on the play. More than I think. Going to pick up about 3. He's going to bring up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and he made one great little move that just tuck his shoulder and elude a tackle to get a couple extra yards. But that's what I love about this young man's game is just quick and elusive.
So 3 minutes and 18 seconds, and the clock running. Briar Jumpers lead 27-7. Looking to put this into the box, and we get our Madden turnaround here.
Yeah,
Rob, if he can put this in, the ball, Briar Jumpers will get the ball back. Kyle looking to pass. He's under a little bit of pressure now. He finds Gilmore out there wide open. Is that Gilmore or Doan?
Can't tell.
Gilmore. Doan's over here. So Gilmore, who was very active early on in the game, 3 catches for about 70 yards, picks up about 18 on that play. So Williamsburg's decided they're only going to bring 3 men on the rush and drop 8 in the coverage, and it has caused Kaya some problems trying to find receivers down the field. But you allow that man enough time to sit back in the pocket, he's going to find somebody somewhere. So 1st and 10 for the Briar Jumpers just outside the 10-yard line. Briar Jumpers have entered the Rick Barker and Auction Realty red zone. Kyle looks to the sideline, looking for an audible maybe. He'll stick with the play. Takes the snap, drops straight back to pass. He's looking again. Receiver is covered. Now he's going to scramble out to the right. Still looking. He's going to throw it back to the back of the field to Gilmore. Yep, Gilmore just continues to work, and he finally gets himself open. But that was about 8 to 9 seconds that Kyle was able to stand back there and run around and try to find somebody. And he finds Gilmore coming across the back end line in the right corner of the end zone. And the Briar Jumpers with 2:50 to go on the clock extend their lead 33-7.
Just just an impressive showing so far for the young man tonight. You know, a lot of times when I think he's just going to be stopped in the backfield, he just breaks free and makes something out of nothing.
So Brody Williams places his hand down on the 10-yard line looking to put the extra point up. Christian Whitus. Here's a snap. Ball is down. Kick is up, and it is good.
Drive for point is good.
Whitus went down after the kick. Now I guess it was there's a flag down. They're going to get roughing the kicker on this, so they'll tack that on to the kickoff.
Right.
Anyway, 2:50 to go in the first half. Broward Jumpers extend their lead, 34-7.
Intrust Counseling has made it their mission to be the trusted leader in promoting mental wellness in our communities through individualized care. Stay healthy at home with counseling and case management services using your phone or computer. Call them at 606-676-0638 to get services started today from anywhere in Kentucky. Visit their Facebook page at intrust-healthcare.com for all their latest updates and giveaways. With 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the first half, Somerset leads 34-7.
So after roughing the kicker, the penalty, it should be 15 yards. The ball should be placed on the 45, where the Broward Jumpers will kick off from Williamsburg's territory. So I really expect Whitus to put his foot to this one and just kick it into the end zone, take a touchback, put the ball on the 20, and go from there. So we kick off from the 40. The ball should be on the 40. Now, they're still walking down.
Yeah, no. So
The
they're
ball
placing
should
it
be on the 45. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I thought they were going to put the ball to give them 20 yards, but down. 15-yard penalty. Ball goes down on Williamsburg's 45 to kick off.
Very good at that little high pooch kick, and I guess this right here is exactly where you want it to try to back him up to about the 10-yard line with hopefully no bounce.
So Whitus is going to put his foot to it. He's going to
sell it
kick it to the end zone. Yeah. So touchback here after the kickoff goes into the end zone, and Williamsburg will take over on their own 20.
Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros is a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties and hassle-free experience. Did you know Skip Cottrell makes automotive services easy with their online appointment booking as well as special financing available? Let Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros get you back to when being on the move was carefree. Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros, hassle-free, guaranteed. To find out more, visit us in-store at 4285 South Highway 27 in Somerset or online at skipstirepros.com.
So Bowen brings the Yellow Jackets out of the huddle. He's got Bronston Bates just off to his left. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Same formation we've seen all night from the Yellow Jackets. Smith showing a little bit of pressure. Bowen rolls to the left away from it. He's going to pick up Gavin Thomas right here on the sideline. He makes a couple of guys miss and gets across the 30 up to about the 34 with forward progress.
Yeah.
So gain of 14 on the play.
I was trying to watch his feet, and how he skipped from being able to step out of bounds is beyond me.
He just sitting up here on the sideline. Bowen rolled out, found him sitting over here by himself. He cut upfield, made a man miss, and turned that into a good play. So 2 minutes and 26 seconds, clock running here before half. Williamsburg trying to get something on the board to climb back into this game. Bowen's got 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Rainwater's in the backfield, and this time he's going to turn around and hand it off to Rainwater off the right side. He's going to be drugged down there by Brandon Jones right at the line of scrimmage. Gain of about 1 on the play.
Somerset's defense, especially the run defense this first half, has been right on point. But that's the thing about this tape especially, where Whitley County couldn't get a whole lot of offense going. At least you'll get tape for where the secondary can get some real test to where they can get into the film room and really learn some things about their own personal game.
Williamsburg not in a whole lot of hurry. Only have 1 timeout left. Clock runs to 1:35 and running. Shotgun formation. Dylan Keith showing a little bit of pressure. He is going to go up the middle. Hands it off to Bronston right up the middle, right where the blitzing linebacker was coming.
Right about
Bronston Bates.
After I said something about the run defense.
He just ran right up the middle. He's going to pick up about 12 or 13 on the play. He's going to put the ball just inside the 50 to 49. So 1 minute 20 to go in the half. Williamsburg trying to put something together, but they're going to have to hurry up just to get a little bit of fire lit under them. slow to get in and out of the huddle.
Slow to get in and out. They must be content with whatever it is going into halftime, knowing that Somerset's getting the ball back. But at this point, with 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go, I think you try to play some hurry-up offense and put some points on the board.
Exactly. Shotgun formation. Bowen calls out the cadence, claps his hands, get the snap. He's under a little bit of pressure. He's looking deep. Now he's hitting. He's going to get drugged down. Who is that there on the sack? Number 52.
Yeah. Tyler Harvey.
Tyler Harvey is going to get the sack. So loss of 5 on the play.
Loss of 5 on the play, and the clock continues to roll.
Right. And I don't think Coach Lucas has got 3 timeouts here, but I don't believe that he's going to try to do anything. He's content as well just to let the clock run out on the half, go in, make some adjustments, and get the ball back to begin the second half. So 28 seconds. Briar Jumpers lead 34-7. 2nd and 14. Ball on the 45-yard line. Bowen's in no hurry. Takes a snap. He rolls out to the right. He's looking to throw it out here to the right side, right there in front of the Williamsburg sidelines. A pass completed over to Gavin Thomas. Going to pick up about 5 on the play.
Was able to step out of bounds, though, and stop the clock.
11 seconds. Maybe give Bowen a shot to throw the ball down the field. But it would be, the ball's on the 50-yard line, so it would be a pretty good heave to get all the way down there. I don't know if he's got the arm to do it. So 3rd and 9. Ball on the 50.
Got to play a little bit of prevent defense just to keep the team out of the end zone here. They've got probably time for 1, maybe 2 shots at the end zone.
Bowen sends Bates off to the right side. Turns around and fakes it. I think there's a miscommunication. Bowen's just going to take it and run. Well, he's not even going to run out of bounds. He's going to stay in bounds, and that should do it for the first half. The clock continues to run. So, yes, we will here at halftime with the Briar Patch Senior Night. Briar Jumpers lead 34-7.
Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been serving and supporting our local communities. We want you to know that we are here for you and your family. Someone you can trust. Someone you can count on. Now and for the better days to come. Trusted, loyal, dedicated, helpful, and consistent. Toyota of Somerset. Come see us or visit us online at toyotaofsomerset.com.
The people of this great land are resilient and will get through this. And buying and selling is the real stimulus. Land and real estate are the premium investments, and they're not just making any more land. At Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we'll get you the most for your property with live, online, and multi-parcel auctions. Selling farms, homes, developments, and commercial properties for top dollar. Give us a call or online at FordBrothersInc.com.
And we are back with 14 minutes to go in halftime. Somerset leads 34-7. Right now on the field, they are giving a little bit of honor to a man who played football here years ago named Scott Sullivan, who's unfortunately been stricken with stage 4 cancer. And it's a good thing to be able to look online last week and to see that the people with hospice was able to arrange to fly him to Belfry to let him watch his son play football. We want to say a big thank you to Don Franklin, Somerset Family of Dealerships, Kentucky, for presenting tonight's coverage of high school football. Be sure to take advantage of the end of summer savings at any of their Somerset locations. Visit them on Facebook at Don Franklin, Somerset Family of Dealerships, where they treat you like family. Got a special guest up here joining me, and she's nervous as she can be. Grace Bruner, say hello.
Hello, y'all.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how nervous are you really? Be honest.
10.
What we're going to try to do here is just get some information from you to just find out what's going on at the Somerset High School. I know that you play soccer and the girls are off to a really good start, so give me a little bit of information on how it's going and what kind of games you got coming up.
We've played 4 so far. We are 3-1. We have 3 seniors now. We just got Kendall Burgess back. She joined last game, I think. And we have 3 games next week. We play, I'm not sure who we play in the week, but we play PC next Saturday at PC.
Yeah,
so
that's good. And so Have you played PC yet at all?
No, we played them next Saturday and then in October.
What was the game that got rained out the other day? Was it one that got started, or were you able to finish that, or no?
No, it was a PC JV game, and we're just going to reschedule it.
Just going to reschedule. Okay. And what else is going on in the school that you want to talk about? Men's soccer, boys soccer, whatever you want to talk about.
Boys soccer is 5-0 right now. They just played Danville for Ale, and if they play in Frankfurt against LCA to go to the tournament if they win that game.
Okay. And so the Ale, is it all smaller schools? I mean, I don't know much about the Ale, so I'm going to put you on the spot. And you're already shaking your head like, why are you asking me?
I'm not 100% sure on how that goes because girls, we don't get that for girls soccer. No, it's just boys soccer.
I know that you got the green light the other day from the KDE and the KHSAA to be starting basketball pretty soon, and I know that's got to get you a little bit fired up.
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait.
So where all did you play this summer?
I've played for basketball?
Yes.
I've played in Indiana and Ohio a couple times.
What team did you play for?
Kentucky Dream.
Who all was on your basketball team? Anybody local that we know?
Kate, my sister, played once, and then Aiden Smitty from Southwestern.
Aiden Smitty. Okay, so who's better, you or Kate? Be honest. She's not going to listen. She's not.
Kate's got me on the defensive end.
What?
It's a competition for the offensive end.
A competition. You're not going to say it, are you?
No.
You're not going to be like, I'm just better.
No.
Why?
It just depends on the day.
Are you afraid Kate's going to hear this and she's going to pick a fight with you outside or what?
No, we just 1v1.
Oh, look how sweet you are. If you weren't on the air right now with everybody listening, what would you really say?
She's still got me on the defensive end.
Come on, you're killing
me
over here. Okay, anything going on at Somerset High School that we should know about?
The volleyball team is also playing right now. I think they're 2-3, but that's all I know other than we're going to school twice a week.
Twice a week.
Choose to.
Well, I mean, you see it. Are you doing the in-school learning?
Yes.
What's the crowd look like in the school? I mean, is there a lot? Is it as sad as I want to believe it is? I mean, is more people staying home than not? Or
yeah, most people went one day and then they dropped out and went online. There's about 5 in each classroom.
Yeah, well, I think, and don't quote me on this, but I think starting September 28th, the students are. I don't know if it's going to be – I don't think it's going to be mandated. I think you can still do distance learning, but I don't know if starting the 28th, if it's going to a full schedule or if it's just going to continue to stay on the schedule that it is. Have you heard anything or not?
No, I haven't heard anything. Hopefully it goes to 4 days or 5 days a week.
So your mom's taking over the cheer again?
Yes.
Okay, and is she down there just giving all these cheer girls all that they can handle?
I'm sure she is.
Well, I'd like to say that your mom is the sweetest person ever, and if she'd probably be listening, I'm going to say that she is, but let's pretend that she's not listening. Tell me a little bit about – no, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't want to do that to you. Grace, I appreciate you coming up here and joining us tonight. Anything else going on at the high school or even at the middle school? I know that the middle school kids have got a football game tomorrow. Are you planning on traveling to Glasgow to go watch?
I actually have a JV game tomorrow morning, so.
Well, for soccer?
Yeah, it's in Glasgow, so.
Oh, so you get to kind of do both? What time's your JV game?
I think it's 11 or 12. I'm not sure.
Really? So they got to choose which one they're going to go watch?
They'll pick Josh. It's okay.
Really? Well, did you go to the Corbin game here? What was it, last night?
Yeah, I had a game at North Laurel.
What? Well, then you're just no fun. I'm going to ask you all these questions that you really don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, well, Grace, I appreciate you coming up here and talking to me. I know that you're nervous as you can be and you're ready to go, go back down there with your friends. But, Grace, thank you for coming up here and joining me.
No problem.
Right now, excuse me. You can go ahead and take your headset off. Right now, we are 8 minutes and 21 seconds left to go at halftime. There was a nice ceremony that came out. Scott Sullivan was on one of the golf carts here. He was able to come out to the midfield and was able to try to get the crowd interaction going. Just a little bit of quick recap. In the first half, for rushing yardage, we got Mikey Garland with 3 yards rushing with 1 touchdown. Kaya Sharon with 3 rushing attempts for 17 yards and 2 touchdowns. Guy Bailey with 6 yards. Number 7, Kay Grundy with 13 yards rushing. And I'm trying to get the actual yardage here for you for the rushing yardage for Chase Stone, and I'll get back to you with the totals here in just a moment. Again, with 7 minutes and 28 seconds left to go in the half, Somerset leads 34-7. No appointment is necessary at Quick Care Walk-In Clinic. They're right behind the hospital, just off Bogle Street in Med Park West, right where they have been for over a decade. Quick Care has lab and x-ray equipment right there in the clinic, and they're open late. So if you've had an accident or aren't feeling well, just walk in and let their highly qualified medical professionals take care of you. Quick Care Walk-In Clinic at Med Park West. In the first half, the passing game has been a little stifled. The numbers that you expect to see from people like Kate Grundy has been, the numbers have been there, but they just haven't gone to the well deep and often. And during the Whitley County game, number 4 Gavin Stevens had him a heck of a game, but right now he's got 29 yards with one catch and 1 touchdown. The productivity is very high, but the number of pass attempts going his way have just been at a single digit. We've got 2 catches tonight for number 16, which is Jacob Smith, who has right now 63 yards of total offense in the first half. Got a 15-yard catch by Gerard Smith, and we got 5 catches tonight for young Mr. Ricky Gilmore, with 1 touchdown and with 4 attempts on the night for Kate Grundy. As we start running down the clock, I want to get a few live reads out of the way while we're waiting on Chris to come back and join us. The keys to the game tonight are brought to you by Whitus Cabinet. At Whitus Cabinets, they provide their customers with friendly service. They value your business, and it's their mission to provide reliable products and services. The courteous and professional team at Whitus Cabinet Design Center can turn your vision into reality. Visit the Whitus Cabinet Design Center on the corner of South Highway 27 and Slate Branch Road to learn more about what they can do for you. The clock continues to wind down. The band's out here on the field. It's good to see a good crowd out here tonight. Everybody well represented on both sides of the football. Williamsburg brought a pretty nice crowd out here tonight. Somerset, definitely, knowing that it was going to be the first game of the season, brought a very good crowd. Trying to get some local scores going out here for you. I've got a text out here so that we can try to get a score of the Southwestern game for you. So just hang tight and I will try to get that for you. Got a text message here from Kelly Lloyd, who's at home, just so that you know that the score right now sits at 34-7. There's been no change in score since halftime. Trying to get my ESPN app to load here. Kind of give people some heads up about some football games happening nationally out here for college football getting ready to start. Tomorrow, starting at 7:30, the matchup between Louisville and Miami is going to be the big game that everybody's going to be keying into. Other teams of local interest: Cincinnati plays Austin Peay, Louisiana plays Georgia State. Notre Dame always gets the airtime playing the University of South Florida. North Carolina plays Charlotte, and number 1 Clemson plays tomorrow at Citadel. We want to remind everybody to stay tuned tonight after the ball game, where we will be presenting tonight's Offensive Player of the Game, brought to you by Somerset Community College, and the Defensive Player of the Game, brought to you by Modern Systems Incorporated. Also, be sure to follow us on Facebook, because after the ball game tonight, we will be having a Facebook Live video. Just give a quick scoring recap with everything that's gone on tonight in tonight's football game. We want to say a big thank you to everybody who made tonight possible to get Scott Sullivan out here on the field. It's always a blessing to have that young man, to have him out here, knowing that his son has a football game tomorrow here locally. Pulaski County plays Madison Central at a 1 o'clock start up in Madison Central, and I'm not 100% sure what the reasoning behind the kickoff was, but it's going to be interesting to see a Pulaski County team that has traveled from to Belfry last week and played a very strong Belfry team and try to bounce back to get their first win of the season. Still waiting on the score for the Southwestern game as we speak.
The Jumper Band would like to take a moment
We want to
recognize
thank
our gold sponsors.
Buffalo Wings and Rings for tonight. You're watching the Buffalo Wings and Ring video game of the week on Lake Cumberland Sports. Buffalo Wings and Rings, wings created your way, always fresh and never frozen burgers. We want to thank them for being a title sponsor as well, or tonight's sponsor for the video game of the week. I was going to say, I really thought Chris would be back up here by now. He kind of left me struggling on that one. Yeah, it's kind of hard to fill audio time with just one person out here, but we'll always make it work. As Chris gets ready to walk up and join us, we'll get a little bit of feedback about the ceremony that took place out here on the field as he's getting ready to grab his headset and have a seat with us. Chris, buddy, I'm glad you're back. Poor old Grace, she had just a couple of minutes that she really wanted to give. She was nervous as she could be, but I was glad that she came up here and joined us tonight. It was good to see the crowd get behind the ceremony for your friend and Somerset alumni Scott Sullivan.
Yeah, emotional moment there. I'm glad that Somerset could do that for Scott. Good thing.
Yeah. Catch you at a little bit of an emotional moment. I apologize for that. But yeah, so Somerset comes out getting ready to get the last 3-minute clock here before the actual kickoff restarts. When you look at the Somerset football team, a lot of great things that you can focus on, especially when you know that they've put 34 points on the board and held an always explosive Williamsburg team to 7 total points. But you look at we talked about the penalties right before half when you got 10 penalties for almost 100 yards, and that's got to be something that's going to be cleaned up because a couple of those were personal fouls that just uncalled for.
Yeah, I'm sure that you went over the stats, so not going to go back and forth over that. But one good thing that you have seen is the Briar Jumpers has been, offensively have been on par. They've done what they needed to do, with the exception of the penalties. And you brought it up. I mean, that's championship football. You cannot have that. Put yourself in bad position. Good teams will make you pay for that. And so far, Williamsburg has not been able to. But we'll see if they can get that cleaned up as the season goes on. Williamsburg just right now is having all kinds of trouble on the offensive side of the ball. Somerset's bringing a lot of pressure. Bowen's not able to find his receivers with a whole lot of success repetitively. He's making some good plays, but not able to put 2, 3, 4 together, so they're having some trouble going to figure something out. But if the Briar Jumpers come out here and take the ball down and score right off the bat, it's really going to put a lot of pressure on Williamsburg.
Some stats I've mentioned since I've had you up here where I can get some totals. In the first half, Ricky Gilmore has played an exceptional football game on the offensive side, having 103 yards of total offense with 1 touchdown so far. Kay Grundy with 1 touchdown, no touchdowns tonight, with 62 yards of receiving. Again, Gerard Smith with 15, 1 touchdown reception, and 1 reception alone by Gavin Stevens for 29 yards. And number 16, Jacob Smith, having a pretty good night with 2 receptions for 63 yards.
Yeah, it's good to see Kaya spread the ball around. I'm not sure how many receivers you said there, 6 or 7 anyway, that have caught at least 1 pass. You have Kay Grundy and Gavin Stevens out there that if you can add a 3rd and even a 4th receiver, which we've been able to do tonight, and they've hit the tight end a few times to be able to put them in good position down the field, it will free up Grundy and Stevens eventually. But Williamsburg has been content to just bring 3. We talked a little bit about that at the end of the second half. If you let Kaya stand back here in the pocket and let him just wait and try to find a receiver, get space, he's usually more times than not going to end up with a completion.
Some rushing yards of note. Number 23, Mikey Garland, with 3 rushing yards on 2 attempts with 1 touchdown. Number 8, Chase Doan tonight with 8 attempts for 42 yards. Number 2, I was going to say Kevin Sharon. That's pretty terrible. Kaya Sharon with 3 rushing attempts with 2 rushing touchdowns for 19 total yards. Guy Bailey has 1 attempt for 6 yards and 1 attempt for Kay Grundy for 13 yards.
So I'd say, they threw the ball a little bit more in the first half. I expect to see a lot of the running game here in the second half, get the clock moving, get things going, and get out of here with a victory. Next week the Briar Jumpers travel over to Russellville, and I will caution and remind the Somerset faithful that if you want to try to travel over with the Briar Jumpers next week and go to Russellville, I am not sure of their rules and regulations over there, what they're allowing, but I would say that you probably need to get ahead of the game early and see if you can't find you a ticket. I know Whitley County allowed 2 per player, 2 parents, 2 tickets per player. I'm not sure what Russellville standard is going to be, but I would look into getting tickets early. Clock's getting ready to run down here to 0. If you got a few more things you want to go over there.
Just a quick note, and again, hopefully my addition is correct. Kaya Sharon throwing through the air tonight, 264 yards in the first half with 1 touchdown.
So kicker, like we saw in the first half, is going to place the ball down on that side. That's Alex Gamble. I'm sorry, Casey Kaiser. He's just going to spin it off to the right side, and it's going to get 10 yards where Briar Jumpers are going to fall on it. So that's a tough ball to recover. Ball just spinning like a top. And Somerset was waiting for it to go 10 yards where they fell on it. They didn't have to, but Williamsburg did, so Briar Jumpers were able to cut right at the 50.
Right at the 50 and right at that 10-yard mark. And it looked like there was somebody that was getting ready to come up and try to put hands on the ball. And it had that thing taken a weird bounce. It probably would have been Williamsburg ball right at about the 48-yard line.
So Kaya's going to bring the Briar Jumpers out of the huddle here, right at the 50-yard. Maybe look for a big play here early on. Just throw maybe here to Cade if he's got the right coverage for it. He's going to send 1 receiver to the right and 1 to the left. Pistol formation, Doan behind him. He's going to try and hand it off to Doan to try to get the running game early. And Doan runs hard right off left tackle. He's going to pick up about 9 yards, close to 10. They're going to give him the first down. So 10-yard carry on the play.
First play from line of scrimmage to be able to run right up the middle. 10 tough yards, but 10 right up the middle shows you that the young man's not afraid to try to run between the tackles.
Try to get the running game established here in the second half. I thought they might try to throw it early, but looks like they're going to go ahead and pound the ball down the field on the Yellow Jackets. Same formation. Chase Doan behind him. Counter this time to Gerard Smith, and he goes right up the middle, runs over a would-be tackler at the 36, falls forward to the 35. He's going to pick up 5 yards on the play, bring up 2nd and 5.
Gerard Smith, I'm sure we're going to give the ball to that young man. They're just trying to get a power package that can continue to run the clock and get forward momentum with positive yards. And I think I'm with you. At this point in the game, you're up 24 points. You need to get to 36 to be able to get that running clock, be able to take as much time as they can and try to work on the running game in this second half.
Same formation. Hand off to Doan off the left side again. They found something that's working. He's going to spurt free for another 10 more yards. So 2 plays, 10 yards, and somebody's helmet. Yeah, here's another flag. So we've got somebody ripped off defender's helmet. We're going to get a personal foul. Then another foul. Another flag came in. I think we're going to maybe have offsetting here, to be quite honest with you. We'll see.
Couldn't see anything happening on the far side of the field, so I'm not sure who the penalties are going to be on. But even if they're offsetting, that would be Somerset's 11th penalty. And when you hope that you go into the locker room talking about penalties, and you get 1-2 minutes into the second quarter, well, less than 2 minutes into the second quarter, not a great sign.
Well, I saw the Williamsburg player's helmet come flying off. I believe it was number 3, Jeff Tye. and he wasn't real happy. They were restraining him, and I think he had a few choice words. So they're going to mark off the 15 yards against Williamsburg. Then I expect him to turn around and mark off. Yep, and here he comes back. I don't know why they do this. Mark off 15. Here's the signal. Personal foul on Williamsburg. Personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Briar Jumpers. So they mark them off. They offset. Ball comes back to the 26-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Briar Jumpers.
Still counts as a 15-yard penalty, offset or not. Especially if they're going to march those yards off. But that's just 5 penalties tonight for Williamsburg.
So a dead ball foul too, Robert. So the rush does count. So Doane gets the gain of 10 on the play. Then they have post-play penalties and mark them off. Kai takes the snap, turns around and hands it off to Guy Bailey on a little counter trap off the left side. This time he is stopped after a short gain on the play. Looks like they're going to give him maybe 2. Going to put the ball across the 25 down to the 24. Give him 3.
I'm not sure if that's – you're probably right. They probably have saw something from up top that they can exploit in the second half to try to keep the ball on the ground and keep the clock moving. Because going forward, when you get teams into to district play, you're going to have to be able to have some ball control and keep the ball on the ground.
Yeah, because there's some explosive offenses in our district. Kai's going to pass. He looks for Gavin Stevens over on the left side. Defender comes in low on him, but he is able to get the pass gain of about 7-8 on the play. And it's going to give the Briar Jumpers enough for the first down. So he gets knocked out of bounds. Ball set down to the 13-yard line.
After a big week last week, Gavin Stevens, that's just his second reception tonight. They must have found something. They covered that young man up because they've obviously respected the fact that he came out. And I think he had 2 or 3 touchdowns last week. They're going to try to negate that.
Doane in the pistol formation. Going to turn around. Kai's going to turn around. Henning squirts free. Makes one man miss. Cuts back. He's going to go in for 13 yards out. As Chase Doane with a 13-yard rushing touchdown. So with 9:42 to go in the third quarter, Briar Jumpers march right down the field and extend their lead 40-7.
Might be, and then please don't quote me on this, might be Chase Doane's first rushing touchdown of the season in the first 2 games. Comes 9:42 in the third quarter. But with 42 yards in the first half, he's already at 38 for just this quarter.
Brody Williams going to place the ball down here for Christian White's extra point tip. Wide snap, but Brody collects it, puts it down. The ball is up and through, and that does extend the lead on the on the Randall D. Turpin scoreboard. 9:42 to go in the third quarter. Briar Jumpers lead 41-7.
Don't feel great, just can't wait. Well, Quick Care is open late. Just walk into their clinic in Med Park West, just off Bogle Street behind the hospital. Hours are 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. weekdays and 10 to 3 on Saturday. No appointment is necessary for accidents, ailments, chronic conditions, as well as health services like sports physicals, flu shots, and health screenings. They accept most major health insurance plans, and they can bill the insurance companies direct. Quick Care Walk-in Clinic just behind the hospital in Med Park West. With 9 minutes and 42 seconds left to go in the third quarter, Somerset now leads 41-7.
And you are correct. That is Chase Doane's first touchdown at Somerset. Second game of the season. See that young man, he's had put some good yardage up for him to go ahead and put the ball in the end zone is big for him.
80 yards rushing on the night, 1 touchdown. Kind of production that you're going to want from your running back to try to get up there to those 100-yard games every time.
Whitus approaches the ball, going to put his foot to it. He's going to pooch it again to about the 20-yard line. Rainwater runs up to the 22, picks it up. He reverses field, takes off around the right side looking for a block. Now going backwards, gets around the edge. Looks like Mikey Garland lays out and is going to bring him down right at around the 30-yard line.
Mikey Garland's always very good with that reach out, that lunge to try to get the offensive ball carrier. Makes it look so effortless and so easy. But it seems to me that move alone would cost you steps, but it seems like it always just gains some for him.
He's able to drag the runner
First
down.
15,
They're going to spot the ball down on the 31. The same formation from the first half. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Bowen takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to the left side. That's a new running back in there. I have to get his number. Number 10.
If you can see that number from here, partner, you're doing something that I can't.
I want to say that's number 10.
4
If
yard
it
gain
is,
for the
that's
play.
Hunter Thomas, freshman running back. So I don't know if
Second down.
they've got a little hurt.
Could be, or it could be a situation where they're just trying to create some depth at this point.
Briar Jumper showing some pressure. They do bring it. And it looks like they hand it off to the right side again. Looks like to Hunter Thomas. And he is going to get stopped for no gain right at the line of
on the
scrimmage.
carry. Keith with a stop.
Dylan Keith and Gerard Smith in there on the tackle.
Loss of 1 yard on the play.
I don't want
Third
to jinx
down.
it, but so far on this drive,
Third down and 7.
Somerset defensively looks like they've got their ears pinned back a little bit and ready to do something.
Yeah, 2 straight running plays by the Yellow Jackets resulted in 3 yards, 3rd and 7. Bowen's got Hunter Thomas just off to his right in the backfield again. Takes a snap, rolls out to the left. He's looking to throw. Finds his receiver, Gavin Thomas, there at the 45-yard line. So this sets down in a gap in the zone, and they're going to pick up about 13 on the play. Going to put the ball right in midfield, first down.
Yeah, the middle of the field has been open a lot tonight. And I don't know if it's just
Ball marked at midfield.
the coverage that they're playing or just some missed
First and
assignments or
10
what.
Yellow Jackets.
Gavin Thomas has been his favorite receiver tonight. I know he's thrown the ball at him at least 8 or 9 times. Young man's quick. He finds a spot in the zone, sets down, gives Bowen a good target to throw to. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Bowen's going to turn around. He drops the snap. He was going to be
Bubble
under
on the
pressure. It was
play.
going to be a run, but the ball fell out of his hands, falls down. He just falls on
Recovered
top
by
of it.
Bowen.
Loss of 5 on the play. Put the ball down at the 45.
Also, about 4.5 yards.
Couldn't tell
on
if
the play.
that busted play just resulted in all of the black jerseys in the backfield looking to try to make a play on something, or if that was just going to be an all-out blitz on that play or what. But
Second down.
probably smart just to fall on that ball.
Yeah, I don't think that play was going to turn out really well either way for the Yellow Jackets. Same formation, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Bowen's got Thomas in the backfield with him. He takes the snap. He rolls out to his left looking to throw. He's going to throw it right down the middle again into a zone coverage intended for Rainwater. It looked like Guy Bailey there maybe got his hand, not Guy, but Dylan Keith dropped back in coverage, kind of knocked the ball
Third down.
loose. But going to fall incomplete and bring up 3rd and 15 for the Yellow Jackets.
Every time I try to make a third down comment, it backfires on me. So I think I'm just going to sit over here and say nothing. It's like every time that I say, the third down, they're playing defense, playing great. First down. Penalty.
3rd and 15, 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Briar Jumpers lead 41-7. Bowen's got Hunter Thomas in the backfield with him. He drops straight back this time looking to pass. Now he's flushed out to the left. Tucks it, tries to run, gets a hand on him. He's going to one-hop it to Gavin Thomas. Again, Bowen was under pressure. Going to be incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th and 15, and Jackets are going to have to punt.
Going to have to punt in this situation. Now, Somerset's encroaching on the score here, get the extra point. You're up at that point. I'm just trying to do the math in my head here, partner, and I'm struggling. 34 points right now, so 2 points away. Is that right?
Yep.
2 points away from getting a running clock and making this game over pretty quick.
Gavin Thomas is going to end over end kick to the 30-yard line. Chase Doe is going to call a fair catch right there. But they'll spot it down at about the 29th. So the Briar Jumpers will take over with 6:48 to go in the third quarter, leading 41-7, looking for a running clock.
We want to remind everybody to stay tuned at tonight's football game. We will be awarding the offensive player of the game brought to you by Somerset Community College and the defensive player of the game brought to you by Modern Systems Incorporated. We will also be doing a Facebook Live video to give a little bit of a recap. We want you to stick around and join us on Facebook Live for that video.
The partner, who are you looking at early on for the offensive player of the game?
Well, as of right now, it's going to be a pretty heavy toss-up between Chase Doan and Ricky Gilmore. Ricky's had a great first half, but Chase has come on and putting on a little bit of a clinic here on the second half.
And here he goes on a sweep around the right side. He's got a blocker in front. He's across midfield down to the 40, all the way down to the 30-yard line. So 10, 20, 30, 40-yard gain for Chase Doan, 42-yard gain for Chase Doan on the sweep. He got some great blocking out there in front, turned the corner, and just nobody there.
And that's going to put him over the 100-yard mark. You put an extra score in here with a few more yards, and I think it's going to make it a pretty hard case to try to figure out who you're going to give that offensive player of the game to.
Right now, you're exactly right. That's my two co-candidates. And Gilmore was able to kind of carry the offense in the first half. If Doan continues to do the same thing in the second half, it's going to be hard to keep one of those two young men out of the offensive player of the game. Kai Sharon takes the snap. He's looking to pass, throws it out to Grundy to screen. He's got some blocking, makes a man miss. Most of the time, one man is not going to bring him down. He gets down inside the 10, all the way down to the 3-yard line, where it's going to put the Briar Jumpers into the Rick Barker and Godby Realty and Auction red zone, looking to extend the lead once again.
That's what makes this offense so lethal and so dangerous. If you can establish a game on the ground and make them respect that running game, and then turn around and have something that they can go to in the air, it's just going to keep the defense on their heels and second-guessing every play that they make.
Yeah, you want to try to stop them run? Okay, we'll just throw it. You want to try to stop the pass? Okay, we're going to run it. So when you have a balanced offense like the Briar Jumpers do, it's going to give defensive coordinators in this state, in this district, fits.
Right.
Gerard Smith off to the right of Kaya. Chase down in the backfield. He's just going to run right out the middle, untouched, into the end zone from 3 yards out. For a touchdown for Chase Doan. 5 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the third quarter. Briar Jumpers do extend their lead, 47-7.
Say a big thank you to Don Franklin Somerset Family Dealerships, Kentucky, for presenting tonight's coverage of high school football. Be sure to take advantage of the end of summer savings at any of their Somerset locations. Visit them on Facebook at Don Franklin Somerset Family Dealerships, where they treat you like family.
Wattis to try the point after.
Brody Williams going to place the ball down at the 10-yard line, waiting for the snap from Drew Johnson. A little bit high snap. Wattis gets his foot to it, and it is up and good. Extends the lead to 48-7. So partner coming out here after the kickoff, where we will have the running clock.
Henderson Chiropractic is committing to relieving your pain using the true principles of chiropractic care. Their caring, helpful team strives for excellence through extraordinary service and patient education. Dr. Henderson provides chiropractic care for injuries that occur during sports, auto accidents, work-related activities, or just everyday wear and tear. The experience you need and the results you want, that's Henderson Chiropractic. With 5 minutes and 44 seconds left to go in the third quarter, getting ready to have the clock run, the score now is 48-7.
So second game of the year for the Briar Jumpers. Williamsburg comes in, like I said, young team. They're going to compete, in their district this year. They'll put some points on the board against some teams. Briar Jumper defense has just played really well tonight, and the offense has pretty much been unstoppable. They've had one punt attempt, which ended up being a fake punt.
Right.
That went for a first down, and other than that, tonight they have scored on every possession.
Somerset. And here's the thing, this is what gives me a lot of hope going forward, is right now they've scored 89 points, held teams to 15 at this point in this game.
Williamsburg.
And at certain times of the game has looked kind of sloppy doing it.
Right.
So
exactly
that being the case, that they've got a lot of room to improvement, but are still playing excellent football.
Rainwater's going to receive the kick at about the 14-yard line, runs around the right, makes one man miss, gives a stiff arm, gets up to the 30-yard line, where the Yellow Jackets will take over. 1st and 10 from their own 30.
Contact.
Again, we want to remind everybody to stay tuned tonight for tonight's coverage at the end of the football game, where we will be awarding the offensive and defensive player of the game and have a Facebook Live video for everybody to watch.
So, partner, I put you on the spot about the offensive side of the ball, and we were in agreement with that. What do you think for the defensive player of the game?
Well, this has been one of those games where Brandon Jones has played a very good football game, and so has Mikey Garland. And Mikey was, looking at the stat sheet last week, he was in on a lot of plays, but it was a very quiet a very quiet defensive game for him in comparison to what you're used to. As of right now, it would probably be between one of those two players, unless you've seen somebody stand out like a Jacob Smith has played very good defense as well. So it's always harder for me to figure out which person it is, because a lot of this that you see out here on the field tonight becomes a lot of not just solo tackles, but just the assisted tackles as well. We've got a lot of people flying to the football and making a lot of plays.
Yeah, you're getting multiple hats to the ball. You know, I know that's what Coach Lucas and Coach Swearingen preach. They want to have hats flying around to the football. So there's been a lot of gang tackles tonight, just not one-on-one. Williamsburg gets 1 yard on the first down play, bring pressure this time. Bowen rolls out to the right. He fires a bullet to Gavin Thomas over there on the sideline. It's going to fly out of bounds and will fall incomplete. We'll bring up 2nd and 9.
That's always going to be a hard pass to catch when you got somebody within about 5 yards of you and you throw it that hard. And the one thing that they're having to contend with is their hands are starting to get a little tight from the cool weather tonight.
Yeah, I had to go break out a sweatshirt. I had to go track down my son, and he gave me his because I did not prepare very well for the weather tonight. It's not cold.
No, but it's just brisk.
It feels great.
Yes, it does.
So 3rd and 9 for the Yellow Jackets. Bowen bringing them up to the line of scrimmage, and he's still got young Hunter Thomas in the backfield with him. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. He takes a snap, drops straight back. He's looking to throw it deep. He's got Thomas out there, but he's going to overthrow him by about 5 yards. So Thomas was able to get behind the defender, behind the cornerback. Safety was back here with him, but Bowen throws it incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th and 9.
And you got a few fresh faces out there. It looks like Josh Gross playing on the
playing safety,
and the coverage was there. He was just a step or two behind it. So had the ball been thrown pretty well, it would have been a really good play. But that all being said, those are the kind of things you want to develop on this football team, is to be able to have the young kids come out here and contribute. Like right now, Camden Hughes is in the backfield at about the 35-yard line, and just a freshman.
Yeah, Brody Williams is out there on defense. Camden Hughes back there returning the punt. It's going to hit right at the 40 and just continue to roll. So kicking it away from this dangerous Briar Jumper return team. And Briar ball will roll dead right at the 26, and the Briar Jumpers will take over 1st down and 10 from there. With the clock running, 2 minutes to go in the ball game, 3rd quarter, Briar Jumpers lead 48-7.
2020 has been a crazy year, and a lot of things have changed, but some things stay the same or even get better, like Somerset Community College's commitment to students. We are committed to offering high-quality education, a personal experience with a great faculty and a staff, and the lowest tuition in the state. SCC offers online, hybrid, and in-person classes and makes it easy for students to enroll. Somerset Community College offers classes in 8, 12, and 16-week sessions. SCC campuses are and center are safe, clean, and ready to welcome you.
Easy for you to say.
Oh, man. Like, I don't know why I'm struggling so bad tonight.
The second team offense comes onto the field. Josh Gross is going to come in at quarterback, check in at quarterback. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He's going to throw a screen pass out here to, is that Grundy? No, 17, sorry.
That's Cam Hughes.
And he's going to pick up about 11 on the play. Going to get 1st down yardage. So Josh Gross to Cam Hughes on a little screen. I didn't see the one. All I saw was 7, but it didn't look like Kate.
But picking up right where he left off in that Whitley County game last week, Josh Gross coming out here being very confident, poised in the pocket. 1 reception for a 1st down, and good on Camden Hughes to be able to catch the ball as a freshman and come out and make something happen on his first catch of the night.
Clock runs under 1 minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. Josh Gross brings the Briar Jumpers up to the line, sends 2 receivers to the left, sends 1 man, that's Hayden Dick, to the right. Calling out the signals, takes the snap, turns around and hands it off to Guy Bailey off the left side. He makes 1 man miss, and he's dragging another one down to about the 45, picks up 6 on the play, going to be 2nd and 4.
Looks like the clock is going to probably run out on that play.
So that should be the last play of the 3rd quarter. As we get a running clock here, Briar Jumpers are going to take a 48-7 lead into the 4th quarter.
Since 1979, Modern Systems has been defending communities all across Kentucky, and they are proud to be part of the communities they serve, committing time and sponsorships to numerous charities like Project 5810, Relay for Life, March of Dimes, Heart Walk, local school programs, and many more. Modern Systems, your neighbors and your friends, and they work 24/7 to protect the things that matter most to you. From homes to businesses to schools and churches, let Modern Systems be your trusted name in security.
So next week, Robert, looking ahead just a little bit, I don't want to get too much ahead of myself, but 48-7 and running clock, I believe this game's pretty much in hand. The Briar Jumpers travel down to Russellville next week to take on a foe that I'm not very familiar with. I'll have to do a little bit of research, watch a little film on them and see what they do. And then they'll be back home the week after that to take on a Hazard Bulldog team that should be a good test early in the season.
It's football season, and that means it's also SUV season at Alton Blakely Ford. Now it's time to celebrate with a new 2020 sports utility such as the Expedition XLT with up to $9,000 in savings, or a Ford Explorer 4x4 for under $31,000. At Alton Blakely, you can find every size of SUV from minis to full size. Stop by the showroom on South Highway 27 in Somerset, or visit their website at altonblakely.com.
Josh Gross brings the Briar Jumpers up to the line of scrimmage. One receiver right, one to the left. Two backs in the backfield with him. Going to turn around and fake it to Bailey and give it off. Have to get you a number. I didn't see the number here, but he's going to pick up about 3 on the play.
Couldn't see a number on that one either. Slow to get up off the field, though.
Still haven't got a number.
Just won't turn and face his field. Is it 35?
We'll get him here in a second. I think it's Ryland. Is it 32?
No, number 32 would be Ryland Carter.
Yep. I think that's who it was. So they ended up giving him first down yardage on the play.
First down, Jumpers.
I didn't think he gained that much, but they sure give it to him. So Josh Gross in the backfield has got Carter and Guy Bailey back there with him. Split formation, turns around, is going to hand it off to Gennard. He's going to fake it and throw it out here to number 9. That's
Caden Samala.
Caden Samala has a big reception. He's going to pick up about 15 on the play. Going to pick up another first down. Josh Gross, the backup quarterback to the third-string quarterback, playing receiver, Samala. First down.
Always nice to see the young kids out here getting some playing time. But I've really enjoyed watching the ball delivery. It lets you know that Josh Gross is going to be a very formidable quarterback for the future.
Yeah, he's on time with it. Was able to get it out there quick to him. This time he's got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, shotgun formation. He's got Guy Bailey back there with him. Takes a snap, runs a little counter. Ball comes out. It's picked up, scooped up. So first turnover of the night. Briar Jumpers. A little bit of miscommunication on the handoff. Guy Bailey hanging on to it. Josh trying to pull it out. Anyway, it fumbles. And Williamsburg's going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line. 45.
Getting the counseling help you need has never been easier. InTrust Counseling is now providing counseling and case management services using your phone or your computer. Give them a call at 606-676-0638 or visit their website at intrust-healthcare.com and get their services started today from anywhere in Kentucky.
So some new faces out there on defense. Josh Gross in at safety. Got number 22, Hayden Dick at one cornerback, Cam Hughes at the other cornerback. Some new linebackers I'll get you to here in just a second. Bowen's going to take the snap from center. He's going to drop back to pass. He's looking down. He's under some pressure now. He's flushed out to the left. He's got a man back there deep. That's Hughes. Nice defense recovery right there on the play by number 12. That's Brody Williams. Gavin Thomas was back behind the receiver. Bowden just couldn't get it to him. And Williams knocks it down and it falls incomplete.
I'm glad to see Brody Williams out there. I thought that he sustained an ankle injury during the JV game. But looks like whatever kind of therapy that young man's had this week has paid off, and I'm glad to see him out there playing.
Ryland Carter in there at defensive end for the Briar Jumpers on defense. Jack Bruner in there at linebacker. Bowden takes the snap, going to turn around and hand it off to Hunter Thomas, and he finds a big gap right up the middle. He gets across midfield all the way down to about the 40-yard line, so he's going to pick up 15 on the play. The first down for the Yellow Jackets.
Young defense out here getting tested.
At the Somerset 40-yard line.
8 minutes and 25 seconds and the clock running here in the fourth quarter. Briar Jumpers have a 48-7 lead. Looking to try to keep the Yellow Jackets out of the end zone here late. 8 minutes with a running clock. Sidney Bowden, quarterback for the Yellow Jackets, takes the snap, drops straight back. He's flushed out of the pocket. He's been under pressure a lot tonight. Now he's just going to tuck it and run. He makes a man miss, gets around the corner and run out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Going to pick up about 8 on the play, and they are going to throw a flag late, very late, and going to get the Briar Jumpers for a late hit or dragging the quarterback down, as our announcer up here lets him know he didn't think too much of the call.
Well, he's got that right. Conveniently located off North Highway 27 between Big Lots and Backyard Burger, Magic Monograms is the place for custom embroidery, screen printing, and so much more. They can put your designs on medical and athletic uniforms, corporate and school apparel. Find them on Facebook. Search Magic Monograms and Embroidery.
You know, though, it's a one thing right there. I mean, you got the kid. He's out of bounds. You got a hold of him by the jersey. Go ahead and let him go. Don't give the opportunity for the referees to throw a flag on you, whether it was warranted or not. But anyway, so after the run and the penalty, it's going to take the ball all the way down to the 16-yard line where the Yellow Jackets are threatening to score here, put something in the end zone, trailing 48-7, just under 7 minutes to go on the clock. Takes the snap. He's going to turn around and hand it off to number 10 off the left side. He's running hard. I'm telling you, Hunter Thomas, that's a freshman that has come in and played pretty much the whole second half. Jaden Rainwater carried the ball a little bit for him, and then you also had, I've lost him, Bronston Bates, who is a junior, had him listed as a wide receiver, but he lined up in the backfield for most of the night. This young man, Hunter Thomas, has come in, and he's run the ball hard for him.
Played exceptionally well, and he's getting these yardage, of course, on what is your second string, maybe some third string offense or defense. But however, he's probably not your listed starter, so coming down here and getting those yardage is still impressive.
So Bowen takes the snap, fakes it to Thomas this time. He's getting through a lot of traffic. I'm telling you, Bowden was getting drugged down as he threw it to the middle of the field. Pass intended for Cade Hatcher, and he threw it through the hands of a Somerset defender and went through the hands of Thomas and then fell incomplete.
Brody Williams had a beat on the ball, was able to try to get in there and bust up the play. Still good defense to keep it from being 6 points on the board, but I like the fact that the young man, like I said, is out there playing tonight after sustaining an injury.
Number 70, Eston Burns, checks in for the Briar Jumpers on the defensive line. A couple other new faces in there. The Briar Jumpers getting some young ones into the game here late. Bowen takes the snap, turns around and hands it off to Thomas. Big gap off the left side. He's going to run over a man into the end zone. So there was a huge gap over there on the left side. And Hunter Thomas is going to take it in from 9 yards out and tack on 6 more. Briar Jumpers lead 48-13.
Henderson Chiropractic is committing to relieving your pain using the true principles of chiropractic care. Their caring, helpful team strives for excellence through extraordinary service and patient education. And the wind blew right in my face. Dr. Henderson provides chiropractic care for injuries that occur during sports, auto accidents, work-related activities, and just everyday wear and tear. The experience you need and the results you want, that's Henderson Chiropractic.
So Evan Steely attempting the extra point. It's up and bangs off the left upright, going to be no good. So with 4:28 and the clock running, score will remain Somerset 48, Williamsburg 13.
Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros offers a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties and hassle-free experience. Did you know that Skip Cottrell's makes automotive services easy with their online appointment booking as well as special financing available? Let Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros get you back being on the move and when it was carefree. Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros, hassle-free, guaranteed. Find out more. Visit us in-store at 4285 South Highway 27 in Somerset or online at skipstirepros.com. And again, the clock continues to run. Got right now about 3 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in regulation. Somerset leads 49-13.
So they're taking as much time as they can in between possessions and get the ball kicked off. Williamsburg is in no hurry to come out here and kick this thing off. Clock is still running, 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. They finally come off the sidelines. Grundy's going to go back deep for the Briar Jumpers. I anticipate the same little spinning top kick here from Williamsburg. Casey Kaiser goes up, sticks it on the tee, and then just lays it off to the side. And then he is just going to kick, little spin kick. That's what I'm going with. Well, he may leave it on there this time. Looks like he is. He's going to kick it deep. I would not kick it deep to Grundy. Yeah, he's just going to kick the top of it, over top of it. It's going to work through. Grundy's going to get it picked up and just fall down. And the right thing to do because he was having some Williamsburg defenders pressuring down on him.
Couldn't tell if somebody was in the backfield that actually touched that ball or not, which is why he had to scramble up and get the ball and fall on it. But like you say, he's not probably going to take too many chances with the ball on the ground to pick it up and try to run.
No, just a good opportunity there to get it, fall on it, don't get hit, unneedingly right there. Briar Jumpers will take over 1st and 10 from their 24. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the ball game, leading 48-13. So Briar Jumpers are going to start the season 2-0, right where you want to be. Going into a Russellville game next week, away game. They pick that one up 3-0, come back home to face Hazard, and then you start district play. So getting things started the right way.
Absolutely.
Number 14, it's David McFarland, comes out wide to the left, new receiver in the game for Josh Gross in the backfield. He's going to turn around, he's going to hand it off, running back off the right side, and he gets picked up and driven back. Number 27, number 27, Devin Davis.
Yep, another
getting
freshman.
His first carry of the night. Picks up about 3 on the play, going to bring up 2nd and 7 for the Briar Jumpers. This one's about in the books, partner. Maybe 2 more plays, and should be it for the evening.
Don't suspect them that they're going to do anything crazy. Probably just keep it on the ground. Not going to matter because even if you throw it, the clock continues to run, but I don't suspect they're going to try to turn the ball over here.
Gross going to turn around and hand it back off to Davis again, Devin Davis again. He's going to pick up about 3 more on the play. There's a couple more new Briar Jumpers shuffle onto the field. 3rd and 5, ball's going to be spotted down right at the 29-yard line. 54 seconds to go, and this should be the last play of the game. Yeah. One more handoff. You won't even have to kneel it here. Play clock will wind down. Gross gets the play call from the sidelines. He hustles in. 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Needs to hustle and get the play off a little bit.
Don't think they're going to get it.
Gets it
they
off
did.
just in time.
Just in time.
Turns around, hands it off to the big number 32, Rylan Carter. He gets hit immediately in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of 5 on the play, but that is going to be the last play of the game, and that will take us to the end of the 2nd week of the high school season here at Somerset. And the Briar Jumpers are going to come away with a 48-13 victory.
The people of this great land are resilient and will get through this. And buying and selling is the real stimulus. Land and real estate are the premium investments, and they're not just making any more land. At Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we'll get you the most for your property with live, online, and multi-parcel auctions. Selling farms, homes, developments, and commercial properties for top dollar. Give us a call or online at FordBrothersInc.com.
Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been serving and supporting our local communities. We want you to know that we are here for you and your family. Someone you can trust. Someone you can count on, now and for the better days to come. Trusted, loyal, dedicated, helpful, and consistent. Toyota of Somerset. Come see us or visit us online at toyotaofsomerset.com.
Final score tonight ends up being 49-13. Score not really indicative of anything. Somerset had the game pretty well whipped at this point going into the running clock that came in at about 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. The last score from Williamsburg coming off of what was really Somerset's 3rd and late string kids coming out here and getting some playing time, and you can always appreciate those kids getting a chance to come out here and perform on the big stage in front of everybody.
Yeah, beautiful night for football. The weather cooperated great. Sun went down right before kickoff, or right as we were getting ready to kick off. Temperature was great. It's getting ready to be football weather, and the Briar Jumpers came out and did exactly what they needed to do. I think they didn't punt the entire night. The one time, but they did line up for a punt. Kay Grundy ended up taking a fake punt around for a first down. Kaya looked to be in pretty good shape all night long. Got sacked one time. Rest of the night, he was able to find receivers in the zone that Williamsburg was trying to play. They were dropping eight defenders most of the night, only bringing 3. So he had to wait, and he had the time, and he was being patient. He found them defensively, like you said, when the starters were in there. They did a really good job. They gave the 1 touchdown early. And I expect, I don't have the totals just now, but another less than 150, 160 yards of total offense that they're giving up. So 2 weeks in a row, the offense and defensive team, and like you said, they at times not looked great. They end up having 12 penalties tonight.
They did. They end up having 12 penalties for right at about 127 yards of total penalties, which is something they got to clean up, because when you get into games like this one, it ain't too big of a deal, but once you get later into the season and you start playing people like Hazard, Danville, LCA, Corbin, those penalties are going to be, not forgiving, right?
Yeah, they'll kill you. So as we get ready, I think we're going to wrap up here.
We're going to wrap it up here. We're going to do a Facebook Live here in a minute to kind of give a recap of the game itself, give you some unofficial stats for the night, and at that time we will pick the offensive and defensive players of the game. So, again, final score tonight, 49-13.
48.
No, excuse me, 48. This is not. Okay, 48-13. Boy, I tell you what, I'm struggling tonight. But 48-13, good win for Somerset. Again, goes 2-0, and we'll be ready to come back next week when we play Russellville.
Yeah, Briar Jumpers travel across the Parkway over to Russellville next week, where they'll take on
a quick score I need to tell you about. Southwestern had a game tonight. Southwestern got off to a really big start last week with a big win over Wayne County, and come out tonight, play what looks to be a very good GRC team, and the Warriors come out with another win, 15-13. So nice. We have 2 teams here in town that have started off 2-0.
And PC will travel up to Madison Southern tomorrow to take on Madison Southern Eagles, is it? Is it Eagles?
I don't even know.
Anyway, take on Madison Southern tomorrow up at Richmond. So for Robert Reed, I'm Chris Staten. Appreciate everybody joining in and listening to us. You can go in and watch it on Facebook Live and watch LakeCumberlandSports.com and watch the video of the game. And we'll see you guys next week.
All right. And everybody have a good night.
Be safe. Good night.